Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is G, and I'm Phunken Live. How are we? Hello. I'll quickly go through the chat. We have Ultra Wizard of Awesome Cafe Club. Welcome. Hello, Funk. I'm excited for the stream tonight. It's going to be a funkin' good one. Where's Run? No idea what you're on about. Whoa, we got Director Stylesy coming in here to bring law and order. Whoa, another surprise live with your host, G-Spot. The music. Everyone's being taken over by the music. All right, let's set this up. Boom. Bam. And we got Nightbot in here. Do what Nightbot says, otherwise Nightbot gets angry. Hey there, Mr. Roger, the pirate. Hi there, King G. Please like the stream. And you're going to witness the fresh. You got to love teabagging. You know, some people just deserve a good teabagging, if you know what I'm saying. Cheers anyway. This is the first sip of the stream, so we're going to sip tea. Not like Cody the Aussie Alistair fan Brainy, but we're going to sip tea like Kermit. So sipping tea like Kermit. Ah, man, I needed that. Okay. So yeah, a lot of people here were in the Hypersapien TV channel last night, and it got pretty crazy, but it also got pretty cool, pretty good. So I will just share that link for any people that don't know about what's going on. So we have another channel that we go live on, me and some of the other guys. So I will share that. And then we'll get on with the talky talk. See if we can talk the talk and walk the walk. Copy, paste, and there it is. Hypersapien TV, go check it out. That's where I'll be posting non-food related content. Funny stuff, serious stuff, plonker stuff, good stuff, bad stuff, stuff that you'll love, stuff that you'll probably hate me for, but go ahead and check it out. It's pretty good, even if I do say so myself. Well, we're all in the round table, or aka the rectangle desk of G the Hypersapien. So yeah, I was like sitting there, what am I going to do with my night? What am I going to do? Maybe I'll jump on Funkin' Hungry and we can have a bit of a talk. Hello, Funk. Good to see you again. Good to see you too. Appreciate you being here. Make sure you watch last night's Hyper Sapien TV replay. It was a blast. It definitely was. We had a lot of fun. So, for people that don't know what I'm on about, I did finish the tequila bottle that I did get gifted. Thank you to the person who gifted it. This was to celebrate 3 years of Phunken Hungry. So if anyone tuned into that, this is now finished. Shout out to Dogface as well. Hey AJ, how are you there, bro? So yeah, we finished this, and shout out to Dogface because he gave a generous donation to have a couple of drinks with me. And also this had 2 worms in it. Oh man, there's a little bit of tequila left in there. Maybe I should drink that. Trust me, I don't have a problem. This lasted a few weeks. Yeah. Looked like there was some, but it was deceiving me. But yeah, we drank this. I ate the worms. It was bloody awful. I ate 2 worms, and then haven't even put the wrapper in the bin. How lazy of me. I even ate one of these lovely, disgusting pickles on stream. So this is the sour sis. If you can see, she's a bit of a tart. She is a tart and tangy pickle. But yeah, made in the US of A. That's going. Where's my bin? For some reason I've thrown it back there. Anyway, go check it out. We had a great laugh. We had good old Roger the Pirate on stream with me. We also had Cody, the Aussie Alistair fan Brony. We had Mark from Mark Shed Talk. And we had Cherinator. And also we had a few plonkers. Well, that's not included me. Yeah, it was fun. I wonder if those plonkers will show themselves today. But we all know that they just hide behind screens. Yeah, it was a bit of one of those days a bit today. We'll probably get into that in a bit. But if anyone wants to ask questions while I'm here, we can go into what I have to review in the future. I do have a little bit of goss as well, because sometimes I try to keep my ear to the streets of the food in the streets, bin scabs or whatever you want to call them. As long as you don't eat your own worm, G, you'll be fine. Hopefully, Charinators will not watch him. Trigger warning, I'm going to show a sharp object. Yeah. Maybe I will eat the worm. Eat the worm. The music went down. But yeah, today, just, friends of the Phunken Hungry, we'll call it. Shout out to friends of the Frost and Fist. But yeah, friends of the Phunken Hungry foodie fam, some people are going through stuff, and it's just when people are going through stuff and you can't really help the situation, it upsets you a bit. So I thought, I'll watch. It's the prequel to Terrifier, which is All Hallows Eve, and then I'm like, I might order a bit of a cheeky takeaway. A lot of times when there's places, so I was going through the takeaway and I'm like, this looks good. But then I always feel guilty if I don't do a review, especially if it's a decent place. So there's lots of places I still have to try. I don't have the time, money, stomach capacity or whatever to have it all at once. But yeah, so there's a lot of nice places. Apparently Mr. Beast has a store in Adelaide because I've seen it in the delivery app. So that was a place that I guess I was interested to try. But what I was thinking is maybe I'll do the Mr. Beast chocolate bars because I've never done them. People have wanted me to do them. Mr. Beast even has bloody toys out now I've seen in the shops. But anyway, Mr. Beast, have a quick look now. I've seen it a couple of times when I've been going through my DoorDash app. So Mr. Beast. So I haven't seen like the brick and mortar store, so I haven't seen the physical store, but I have seen it on here. And yeah, now I type it in, it's not even there. Maybe it was just a figment of my imagination. Yeah, that was a place. There was a few places, and then I just wanted to. Didn't really know what I was going to have Asian food again. I had that the other day, and that was pretty killer. But in the end, I made a terrible choice. And I'm like, maybe I'll try a mom and pop stores, as they call them, like a local foodie business. You know, I've reviewed ones in the past, so I know which ones I like and which ones I don't. But yeah, in the end, I made a terrible choice and got McDonald's. And as some people who follow me on Facebook, if you don't, go and check out Phunken Hungry on Facebook. But yeah, so the burger didn't have like red onion, didn't have tomato, didn't have no dignity. I didn't have no dignity eating it. The chips was older than, you know, someone that was on the Titanic. And yeah, at least the drink was okay. The drink was quite enjoyable. I didn't finish. I had it way earlier, but I didn't down the drink, so I just had it sitting there. But yeah, the Oreo, I got one of those Monopoly deals. Is what I got because you know they're fairly good value, I guess, even though you're probably only saving a couple of bucks. But then I went on Facebook and blasted the Maccas that I got it from because one story is before I did food reviews, I found I was sitting there, you know, cheerio, having a great old time, you know, having a jolly old time, eating my Macca's fries that always taste like shit. So I don't really understand why people say, "Oh, I love Macca's fries." It's like, oh yeah, you probably love not having any taste buds as well. But anyway, I found as I was digging into them, this was a few years ago from the same store that I got some from today, and as I was down in the fries, just my luck, they had a prize in the fries. Isn't that one of their promos they did this year? Prize and fries. Anyway, the prize was a dead wasp that was been obviously it's been deep fried and cooked with the chips and just served up. It reminded me of if you've ever seen Beavis and Butthead, and when they like just get flies and stuff, put it on the burgers and stuff and serve it. But yeah, this Macca's is like that, so I blasted them. And then another smart idea I had, I shared it to. They have some of those community Facebook pages that you find out what's going on in the local communities. So I posted on a couple of them, and let's just say we had some lovely, colourful comments towards me. So that was even good. That was a good. That. Anyway, let's go through the chat. Let's go. Wormy made a bunch of small BBCs, Paul. All those plonkers are hiding like a bunch of chickens. Yeah, they send one of the most weakest people to come and attack me. But hey, wait a second. To come to think of it, they're all pretty bloody weak. Anyway, maybe a bunch of small. Mr. Beast is like become Willy Wonka. Yeah. See, I didn't get to try the Gen 1, I guess you could call them. Like, I didn't try the first chocolate bars. They just, I've seen them in the shops plenty of times when I'm buying other stuff, but I just feel even though Cadbury's can be overpriced, at least it's more value for money. And also, I've never been a fan of Mr. Beast. I don't owe him anything. If anything, he can come and send me some chocolates if he likes. But yeah, in my head, I thought that might be a cool video. I'll try Mr. Beast burgers and Mr. Beast chocolate. Oh, they adult toys? Nah, they're little kids' toys, which, yeah. Obviously, he's aiming towards little kids. I don't know what he's aiming at little kids. Hopefully, it's respect and, you know, kindness and not other stuff that he's aiming at them. Mr. Beast versus Phunken Hungry in a sub challenge. There, that would be good, eh? Haha, Stylesy, trust you, mate. You funny bugger. McDonald's, it's Mac time. One of the comments was, oh, the burgers are better at Hungry Jack's. Obviously, people think they're funny when they say that. So my catchphrase or whatever, if you've watched Phunken Hungry, I said it back to the person was, yeah, the burgers are microwaved at Hungry Jack's. Evening, Ultra Wizard, Damo, Stylesy, Roger, AJ, and the legendary G himself. You're too kind, Cody. How are you, Cody? Hey, I love McDonald's fries. Well, when they are hot and seasoned, that is. Yeah, I have to admit, I had a from some of these Macca's stickers that I've got from doing reviews and stuff. And one reason I did get it today is because I wanted more stickers, but I don't know why I wanted more stickers, because I know that I'm not going to win anything decent anyway. But yeah, I had a free Big Mac, so I had some fries and stuff the other day. I showed some of the guys that speak to me outside of YouTube that the Big Mac was actually perfect. You know, it was basically looked like the advertisement. So whoever made this food, they actually know what they're doing. And it was in one of the more shittier suburbs, which is kind of funny. You know, like in the more derelict suburbs, the Macca's, the fast food seems to be good. Might have to go. I had some ideas of reviewing some of the worst places, some of the worst takeaways, because you know, a lot of people was like, why are you complaining on Facebook? Like, why don't you just go into the store and complain? It's like, well, you have to call out these businesses. If they're going to just be serving up complete trash, you have to put them on blast. And I'm just getting a bit sick of, you know, like paying overpriced for just complete trash. So yeah, I don't like doing it to small local businesses. I try to obviously lift them up, but hey, if I review a local place as well and it's just complete trash and they don't have no regard for the customer, you know, I'm going to have to put them on blast. It's just how we do. We have Sakar in the house. How are you? Hi, Phunken Hungry, and everyone in the live chat tonight. Hope you're well there, sir. Hi there. Hi. Very good to see Cody. I'm doing well, thank you, G. That's good to hear, Cody. Please like the stream. Yeah, what else was I going to talk about? If anyone wants to know some of the stuff that I've got there to review, there's plenty of places that I want to review. There's so many good, cool restaurants and places that are in South Australia. I'll get around to them hopefully eventually. But I do have all the new Smith's chips, all the new Doritos chips. I did grab a couple of Samboys Max because it's Max flavor. So I'm going to be doing all of them. It's just I can't be just smashing out reviews as well. Well, these days I'm trying to live a different lifestyle, I guess, trying to better myself. But those reviews will be up soon. I'll get around to it. McDonald's app has the footy deals on the app from 18th of September to the 6th of October. Yeah, just out of curiosity, when I was putting in my Monopoly stickers today, I did see that I think it was $8 or possibly $9 for a quarter pounder meal with a cheeseburger, I think it was. So that's really the only time you should be buying this food, is when you're getting good deals on the app, because that's the only time that the food is worth the price, really. But I have to say, from what I experienced with Uno, let me know in the chat if you were different, but Uno, I didn't really win no free food and stuff. With the Macca's Monopoly app, I did win quite a lot of free food this year, which is, it's okay. Who doesn't like free food? But also, you know, most of the prizes are just probably cheap free food that's overpriced and they're getting profit from anyway. But yeah, it's the only time really I guess I get excited, if you want to say that, about McDonald's, when there's a decent app deal, because you know you're getting a decent, you're paying a decent price for trashy food, I guess. Hopefully, if you give a local place a blast, they will improve the quality of their food and service. Well, that's the idea. You know, some people when I posted it on Facebook, was saying, "Oh, why are you doing that? Go complain," or you know, calling me fat, lazy, and all this stuff. Like, "Oh yeah, cook proper food. Why don't you go get proper food? It's your fault." Obviously, there were some nice people as well. They're just, you know, just keeping it real and just saying, "Yeah, it is a trash place. It is a bad store. Whatever." But that's my aim, really. It's not to just completely trash them. It's hopefully if I give them the feedback they need to actually pull their finger out. But that particular store, as I said, I found a bloody bee or wasp or whatever it was in my food. And yeah, it's just always been a pretty hit and miss store. Most of the time it's miss. And with DoorDash, with Menulog and Uber, you can choose which Macca's you go to, so I can choose the store that I want. Funny enough, the better stores on those apps cost more delivery, and then the really shitty stores, they charge less for delivery. But yeah, it's what I'm going to do is ask DoorDash if they can like just remove that Macca's from me, because I know when it's that Macca's, it's Parrot Hill Macca's is what it's called. The local businesses are willing to learn. Well, that's it. And most of the time, they really appreciate when you give them feedback, even if it's like most of the time when I've done reviews. I've told them. Well, I always say what's good about the food, what's bad about the food, but most of the time I'm enjoying local food more. It's better ingredients, tastes better most of the time, and they really appreciate when you actually do them a review. Some of them, because most of the time when I put it out on social media, I'll tag the company in it, and the local places, really appreciate it. And I'm sure they would appreciate it if I gave them constructive criticism as well. Hello, Electra, how are you? So we're all surprised by a secret stream. Shh. Don't tell anyone, otherwise they're all going to start coming here. Coming here? Sounds like Camembert. The local businesses, yep. Is Parahill's store your nearest? Well, where my house is, you can go one direction, you get to Macca's, you go to another direction, get to Macca's, they're all really the same sort of distance. It's just the one that DoorDash chooses. As I say, the other delivery apps, I could choose which store, but with DoorDash, even Hungry Jack's, they just choose, whichever one. But Macca's, there's a few around. Hungry Jack's, there's at least a couple. Probably about a couple that are about the same distance. And then the same with KFC, there's at least 2 or more KFCs that are around. Yeah, 30 chicken nuggets for 10. I still don't think that's very good value, to be honest, because if you go to the store, you could probably get a lot more nuggets. But also, you are paying for the service fee. You are paying for them to keep the lights on and to pay the employees. So, when you do it yourself, you're not obviously going to pay yourself. Or maybe you will. So I was going to go for about an hour tonight. Yeah, with these secret streams, not many people come into them. But yeah, let me know what you want to see me review. I do have a lot of snacks and stuff, a crazy amount. What I was going to say, that a little bit of inside information that I did hear recently is McDonald's are bringing the Grimace meal here. So in America, I reckon they've had it a few times. They have the Grimace shake. I'm not sure what flavor it is. Let me know if you do know. I don't know if it was grape, but it's a purple shake, and they have a meal coming with it. So I don't even know if they're going to do a burger or it's just going to be a Grimace box. So from what I've seen of the leaked images, it looks a little bit like the adult Happy Meal. Like it's a big box, purple with Grimace on it. You get the Grimace shake and it's saying a Grimace meal. But what Jack has done, from what I've heard, is they've got the recipe. I don't know what they're going to call it, because Grimace is obviously a character from McDonald's. So I don't know what the hell Jackers are going to call it. But apparently, from what I've heard, they've got the recipe and they're going to try and bring that out before Macca's. I think it's the 6th of October, McDonald's, around that time. Maybe it was 6 or 9 of October, they're going to bring out this meal. But apparently Macca's are going to try and push that forward to beat Hungry Jack's. They're probably even owned by the same person, who knows, and they're just playing silly buggers is what my mind is going to. But Jack has done that with the Lotus Biscoff Storm and Shake as well. So in UK, they had Lotus Biscoff McFlurry, and then they wanted to bring it here, and then Hungry Jack's beat them to it. And they did make that a permanent item. But funny enough, when I was getting Hungry Jack's the other day, when I did one of those reviews, I didn't see the Lotus Biscoff stuff on there anymore. So yeah, I guess they did do a very good job of having plenty of stock to last. But yeah, they seem to go back and forward a little bit, Maccas and Jackers. Just going to see if they have this Lotus Biscoff stuff in here. No, it's gone again. I remember seeing a post of Hungry Jack saying that it's going to be a permanent item. So they only have Kit Kat, Oreo Flake, and then the sundaes. Yeah, they got rid of the M&M one as well to apparently replace it with the Lotus Biscoff. But now it's gone. So I guess the silly buggers didn't get enough stock. Yeah, I did hear as well, or I've seen that McDonald's are going to bring out, I don't know if they have them yet, they're going to bring out Lotus Biscoff, like iced coffee drinks or iced chocolate or whatever they are. Whatever you call them. Obviously, I did all the Mexican burgers recently from Jackers. Now I'll just jump back in the chat. But yeah, that was a little bit of, I guess, interesting information, because I'm just getting really sick of reviewing McDonald's and Hungry Jack's, really. You know, sometimes the food's all right. Sometimes it's okay for what it is, but it's never anything like too good. Didn't mind those Mexican ones, but still, to me, these days on the reviews, those places have to do a really good job for me to give them an 8 or above. I don't think I'm going to ever give any of those places a 9 or a 10 anymore. But hey, if I do have something and it really excites the taste buds, then maybe they will. But I don't know if I gave a 10 this year. I know there's been a couple of 9s that were really... The Twisty Sweet and Sour, I think I might have gave a 9. They were super good. But I don't know, to me, these days, a 10 has to be pretty bloody good. And I might even bring out maybe a 10 plus. Maybe I'll do that as that's, the Phunken, that's Phunken delicious. Some KFC locations in my state was doing cashless and others with cash. Yeah, they keep on trying to test that with cashless, but we clearly need cash and cashless. Cashless is convenient, but it's like your money's in a bank. If you have problems with the bank app, if you have problems with your card or whatever, you're pretty stuffed if you don't have any cash. And also when it comes to cashless, if we wanted to get into all of that, what's going to happen to pocket money? You give kids pocket money. What's going to happen to if you want to give a homeless person $1 or whatever? Just cashless society isn't the way to go. This is a well-organized and awesome stream. Don't know about that, but I do appreciate it, including Nando's. Nando's is, for fast food, I'd probably say Nando's is my favorite. I don't know. Nando's is pretty clean food, like real proper food. It's actually decent food. It's relatively healthy depending on what you get. They do fries or chippies or whatever you want to call them. Cash is king, exactly. But yeah, I always enjoy Nando's. It is maybe a little bit pricey, but it's probably more pricey than Macca's, Jackers, and Clackers because you're actually getting real chicken. You're not getting chicken that's been pre-chewed by someone and then spat on your plate. Macca's in Canada have brought out the new Big Arch Burger. I have called it. I have heard of that. It's meant to be that next big burger that's going to be in the classic range, but I still reckon they've never made a burger that's as good as their classics. I guess we all grow up with a lot of those cheeseburgers, quarter pounders, Big Macs and stuff, so we're all used to it. Bit of nostalgia, I'm sure most of us remember when we was wee little kids and the parents, used to give you a bit of a treat. So I reckon that's really why a lot of us do like those places, because a lot of times when you have it, sometimes it's good, but the majority of the time you regret buying it, and then it makes you wonder why you do keep on buying it. So Ultra Wizard saying, yeah, I just always still use cash. Appreciate that, Roger. Especially if the internet is down, then you have no other choice. Yeah, and that's happened. That's happened with recently, hasn't it? Over the last year or two. And also, the internet brings a whole lot of problems that sometimes you just don't want to deal with. I mean, I won't lie and say that I do use card and stuff a lot more. But back in the day, I did used to grab my money out of the bank and try and have it in my possession. I haven't actually done a Portos, funny enough. I don't mind it, but I'd always rate Nando's more highly. But I feel like I need to do a few Oporto burgers, or I know they do the fried chicken, or not fried, the grilled chicken, just like Nando's do. I remember there was one burger that I thought was absolutely disgusting, but maybe when the one time I tried it, it was just very lime heavy, so maybe they went a bit too crazy with the sauce, and it was just all I could taste. I'm pretty sure I just ended up throwing it like, oh, this is crap. Just most of the time I don't waste food. I don't like doing all of that, even if it is trashy food, because there's people out there that are struggling a lot more than me. So I just, even though it's not going to help them, like, whoa, I'm a hero. I'm going to eat this food because I'm going to save starving children. Yeah, I just don't really like wasting money or food, really. Hello there, Mark Shed Talk. Yeah, a bit of a surprise stream, even though it's starting to become a bit of a regular surprise stream. So who knows if I'll make this a regular. You might see Phunken Hungry live. Well, this is episode un don trois. So maybe you'll see episode 4. Maybe, who knows? Maybe this week. Maybe Wednesday. Maybe Friday. Who knows? I might be doing as well. I want to do a community hangout. We've spoke about this before. So I want to do a community hangout, and I'll speak to the other people. But I was going to do that maybe at the last weekend of every month, and the problem is the October, the 26th is the last Saturday, and that's my birthday. So I don't know. I'll do a community hangout in September. I might push the one in October to maybe like 19th or something like that, but we'll work it out. And obviously all the people that want to be a part of it, I'll speak to them and see what best suits most people. Obviously, everyone's not going to be free to hang out all the time. But if you miss one, hopefully you'll be able to catch the next one. And what it is basically what we do on live stream, but some people might want to be on live stream but not talk about certain stuff on live. Some people might not be confident to go on live. At least we'll most likely do that in Discord, so I will share the Discord that we'll be doing that on, because there's some old faces, like some people that I've known for a while and are a part of the community that we've all built. But also there's some new people now, with some new faces or new people that have got to know us all recently. So you will see some old and new faces. There's the Discord, if you do want to join that. Now, if you are, a spy, a lurker, a troll, or whatever, you will be found out eventually. We just want a safe and happy place for people to feel comfortable to be themselves. Now I'll go through the chat a little bit more. The vulnerable get left behind too, especially with families trying to buy an evening feed for dinner, but when the counter does not accept cash, it just gets harder. Yeah, definitely. Also, what I was saying before about putting companies on blast, even if it's McDonald's, some stores are better than others, but it's like, why is it like that? Why is management not pulling their finger out and doing their job? I remember when I worked at Macca's when I left school, Some managers will actually put in work. Some you'll see go from this front counter, take orders, help the girls pack bags. They'll jump into the back, help make burgers. They'll run the shift. They'll actually get the crew to do what they're meant to do. What a manager is meant to be, a leader, meant to lead the situation and help the situation. So a lot of times when it's not the individual who's packing the bag, it's not the person making the burgers. Because I remember when I used to work mornings, used to get into afternoon, and there was like about an hour that got really busy, and it was only me in the kitchen. So it's like, why can't you hire someone for a couple more hours? So yeah, just to save money. And then some managers are just as bad as the people at the front. They're like, oh, how long on this? How long on that? How long on this? It's like, maybe if you come out and help, then you wouldn't be screaming, how long? You know, how long until you're going to come out and give me a hand, you twat? But yeah, some managers are good, and some just used to sit in the office just twiddling their thumbs like bloody Mr. Burns, like excellent, just sitting in the office doing absolutely nothing, and then wondering why everything's gone to hell. Anyway, I barely ever use cash anymore, just apart from when I grab some out to get a haircut. That's crazy, Cody. The McRib burger is coming back in summer. Fair enough, Sakar. I don't actually mind that, but again, I don't really know why. I don't really know why I don't mind it, because it's still just a really processed bit of pork mince that's put in a bun. Hey, I did actually like the McRib Deluxe. I feel like, because it's very saucy, it's very barbecue heavy, I feel like the Deluxe with a bit of veggies actually did help cut through some of that, the sweetness and just the sickly over sort of sweet sauce. So yeah, well, if you've watched Phunken Hungry, you know that I compared the McRib to the McRib Deluxe, and which I believe is just was an exclusive to Australia. I don't believe America have had the Deluxe. So I compared them, and then I did a double, or was it? Yeah, I don't know. I think it was like 4 bits of meat. It was absolutely ridiculous. And then I did see if I can eat a McRib in a minute, which I kind of passed, but I think I almost died on camera. So that was funny. It did cross my mind. I'm like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't release this video, because you're kind of encouraging kids to like shove food in their face and possibly choke and stuff. But hey, I know kids watch Phunken Hungry, but it's up to the parents to. It's not my responsibility to this is an adult channel. It's not actually made for kids. The content isn't made for kids. You actually have to choose that when you're uploading YouTube videos, if it's made for kids or not. I believe if it's made for kids, they take out the comment section, and YouTube Kids is different than, it's kind of like when you have on your TV, you have blocks and stuff when it's kids Netflix compared to other ones and stuff. So yeah, Phunken Hungry, and some dog faces. Yeah, where is bloody dog face? I've ate the maggots. Now I owe dog face and meat pies. I actually got my YouTube money. Don't settle down. I'm not Mr. Beast. I'm not rolling around in money. Hang on. Let me just roll around in money like Scrooge McDuck. Let me roll around my gold. But yeah, YouTube takes a stupid amount of money from me, 30%, and then I'm being taxed in Australia and in America. I don't even live there, and I'm not an American citizen, and they still tax me. Bloody Google. I sure am. So yeah, Cody goes live on a Monday night on his channel. So it's going to either be go check him out if you're interested in it. He does do a great live stream. So Cody, the Aussie Alistair fan Brony, but he does have another channel just similar to me with Hypersapien TV that he tends to go live on now. He normally uses the channel that you see now when he's doing copyrighted material, because that channel's not monetized and stuff like that. But I think he wants to build up that other live stream channel so he could, I guess, potentially be monetized on it one day. Needs to bring back the Mycos again because it has beetroot in it. Yeah, you can't beat a root. Isn't that what they say, Starlsy? Isn't that what she said? Or isn't that what they them said? Yeah, you can't beat a beetroot. Funny enough, when I reviewed the bloody Aussie Angus burger last time, they didn't even give me beetroot. There's YouTube Premium, YouTube Kids. The only thing missing is YouTube Adults Only Uncut. Stylesy, stop giving them away all our ideas. I'll talk to you after the show. We'll see if we can hit up the YouTube big CEOs and see if they'll. Hey, Black Tape Project is pretty much adults only. It's not really leaving much to the imagination, is it, when you're walking around with a bit of black tape over your titty? Getting a bit titty-tied, tongue-tied. The government love money. Yeah. I wouldn't pretend that I don't love money. I don't really love money. I just know that it buys you nice, pretty stuff. And I still got my bloody conjoined twin on my face. This guy needs to go. Otherwise, soon you're going to be seeing this doing food reviews. It's not going to be me anymore. It's just going to be my conjoined twin. I've been on cash my whole life because I believed it would keep me being more able to pay in person for my food, and being an independent person gives you the confidence to pay with physical money. You've made some very good points tonight, and I do agree. I know, like Cody said, he doesn't, and I do pay with card a lot more. It's just these days, I don't like the system. I'm just, unfortunately, just another idiot that's a part of it. I hate self-service. To me, it's just retail is just going downhill. People are just losing jobs. And then I love it as well when you self-serve yourself, you're doing it, and then you leave the store and someone's like, oh, thank you very much and stuff. It's like, oh, yeah, as well. Thank you for standing there and doing absolutely nothing while I do the work for you. Oh, I don't get it. I'd rather speak to a person as well. It's just making us so antisocial by just, I'm going to just swing around my magical card like bloody Harry Potter with a wand, and I'm just going to pay for this and pay for that and pay for this, and just be antisocial and walk out the store like bloody Charlie Chaplin. Yeah, that's what she said, hey. Plastic cards has all that surcharges exactly as well. That there's lots of hidden charges and stuff these days when it comes to that. I don't know what Mark's laughing at. I don't know if it's me being a plonker or someone in the chat, but as long as he's having a good time, that's all that counts. They can be costly by using cards. Yeah, definitely. And it's actually crazy. There's just a crazy world. Hi, all. I haven't seen all yet. Is all here already? Hello, all. If you're here, hello. I think Styles, you should run YouTube. He basically does. Well, he runs all of our channels. That's why he's Director Styles. That's why he's giving us the direction. And the governments love ripping us off, Roger. They sure do. I'd love to rip them off. Rip them off and lose all the stickiness. Like a sticker. I know, Paul, like your lights. Yeah. Some lovely person helped me get these. Don't know who that was, but I really appreciate it. Just saw a ad on TV. KFC $24.95 for a boneless dinner. Well, you know what they say about KFC. You've got to love a greasy box to put your bone in. Isn't that right? Apparently what we were talking about, Joanne, even she talking about on Hypersapien TV last night, even Joanne wanted one. We're not going to get into all of that craziness here, though. Self-service is about cash flow for the business, and yeah, it gets the customers out of the store quicker and all that stuff. It's just I don't know. We could go into it. I don't like how the way this planet's going. It's like we're just becoming even more zombies. And most people walking around going, and then all of a sudden they got their shop and they're Oh, I'm grabbing shopping, looking at my phone, dodging people. All of a sudden, I'm going to go pay for my food. You haven't even taken your eyes off your phone. And then all of a sudden, you're using your phone as a fucking as a way to pay for it. I think I'm getting a little bit. I think I'm getting a little bit razzled here about paying cashless. As I say, there's a lot of stuff in life. There's good points and bad points with it all. But I just feel like the small person, the person struggling, in retail, jobs are going down. Most of the time, they act like you're a terrorist as well. If you actually go to one of the places where there's an actual person serving, I remember the other day there was a guy that fought for a whole 4 minutes over his shift, and he was freaking out. Oh, I've walked. He was going to tell me after I put all my shopping on the conveyor belt or whatever you call it. After I put all my shopping down, laid it down, he like went to say, "Oh, can you take your stuff the other side?" And then I said, "What?" And he said, "Oh, never mind," and ended up just huffing and puffing and doing it. I mean, it wasn't too bad of a bloke, but it's like, dude, you're a young guy. You've worked 4 whole minutes past your shift. Just settle down. It's a part of your job. That's life. It's not like he's like, what are you gonna? What's a cop gonna do? Say if a cop gets off at 8 o'clock, they're running after a bloody criminal, and it's like, oh, wait a second, my shift just finished. Catch you later, Mr. Pervert, Mr. Rapist, Mr. I just robbed a bank. I'm going home. It's like, dude, you're just working in Coles or whatever. 4 or 5 minutes isn't that crazy. I know that I've worked hours and stuff over my shift before. Anyway, please like the stream, as Nightbot says. I've already gone 47 minutes and I've been talking a bunch of bollocks. But that's what we do around here. That's what they say. Phunken Hungry talks bollocks. What does Sakar say? Phunken Hungry, did you end up trying the new Oreo Coke and Oreo Coke biscuits? I've got a 6-pack in the fridge of the Coke, and I do have I did get them around the time that you was talking to Cody about getting them. So I did grab them. So I've got a 6-pack, and I've got the biscuits. So I just need to get round to reviewing it. That will probably be the next review, possibly, because they are in the fridge. They're sitting there. I wanted them to get cold. So, you will be seeing that soon, the Phunken Hungry version. As I like to say on Phunken Hungry, you've seen the rest. Now it's time to see the best. And that's just me acting like a complete idiot as I eat and drink food. You mentioning zombies just made me think of Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, who the fuck died and made you king of the zombies? All right, if you're so good, weren't you? All right, that's pretty fucking good. As Cody knows, I absolutely love that film and Hot Fuzz. So yeah, got the Oreo Coke collab coming out soon. Today it was so busy in Coles as I just seen a long line of people queuing up for miles as I waited to pay for my water. Yeah. It's just like even these self-services, it's just getting crazy. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if people rush into the shops more. I know it does get hectic sometimes, especially on Thursday when it's late night shopping. But I don't know what's happening. I don't know if people are rushing to the store because they know they can just do self-service. But sometimes that gets so busy and, like they've got about bloody 15 or whatever of self-service checkouts. And you're sitting there, and like you said, with a water or, you just bought, I don't know, a Mars bar or something. And there you are just going, all right. I'm sitting there waiting for Judy to finish her bloody shopping for the week. Her and her husband are taking forever. And so what's so annoying as well, they don't even have the room. Say if you do a big shop, I know I'm getting into the G rants now, but yeah, you don't even have the room to put your items, and then they go, oh, put it in the bagging area or the weighing area or the loading area or my area, your area. There's just not enough room for all these twats standing around and doing their own shopping. It's like, what is happening to this planet? It's just getting ridiculous. I remember years ago, I think it was an online physical Amazon store, I think it is, and they actually, you can walk out of the store and it will scan your card for the payment as you're leaving. So yeah, I don't know. I guess this is the future. Didn't Back to the Future warn us about this cashless society, and what was the rest of it? Hoverboards? Where the hell are my hoverboards? Where's my pizza that I can put in the microwave and it's like a little pizza, and then it's like, remember that Pizza Hut? That was pretty epic. So, do you want pizza? I'll just stick it in the microwave. I've never had a microwave pizza that looked that good. It was nice, steaming hot, a little bit crispy. Yeah, the G rants have started, Mark, about bloody self-service, about paying. It's like if I wanted to work in Coles, I'd apply for a job. I don't want to work in Coles when every time I want to bloody buy some shopping. I've worked in Woolworths before. That was bad enough. Barbara, that's brilliant. Oh, sorry, dear. It was miles away. Uh, exactly. Cody's talking about Shaun of the Dead. If you've never seen that film, I like zombie films. I like horror, but I reckon I'd have to say Shaun of the Dead is my favorite. I don't. It's more of a comedy than a horror, but it was just so brilliant. I could watch that any time and still get a chuckle out of it. It's just so good. Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg, and Nick Frost are like the ultimate team in my mind. I want to see him do another film. Another film that's pretty good that Edgar Wright did that doesn't have the other actors in it is Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim. If you know how Edgar Wright does his films, how he directs them, he has a certain way that he uses the camera. In Shaun of the Dead, a lot of time he zooms in really close, and then the way he edits it, it kind of speeds up. You see it in Shaun of the Dead when they pour a pint, like the camera zooms in on the pint, and you see them pour the pint, and it speeds up. And he does that in Scott Pilgrim a bit, which I thought is kind of cool. It's a little bit, it become a little bit of a trademark of Edgar Wright. Scott Pilgrim, yeah, had some very cool moments, even though I feel like the actors in Scott Pilgrim, I don't like them as much as, maybe I'm a little bit biased, but Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, good old Britain. Shout out to Cheranada. I know he loves England so much. From London. It happened at my local Woolworths as well. It's a lot of queuing. Yeah. I'm pretty sure somehow it's just made the system even worse. You know, it doesn't seem to go as smooth these days. You just got people wandering around going, where the hell is the checkout? Who do I talk to? What do I do? Yeah, some things have come true and others haven't. Not sure the retailers can cope with the system breaking down. Yeah, it's just, I mean, online stuff has a place, because I was very skeptical of using credit cards and stuff online. But then just there's a lot of shops that aren't in South Australia that I like. I shop at a lot of times at Culture Kings is one of my favourite stores for clothing and stuff, because they do a lot of brands that you can't get else in, like Foot Locker, JD and all that stuff. So I like a lot of the brands, but they don't have a physical store in South Australia. Customers just definitely need to pay their groceries. AJ, what did you think of last night in Soho? I don't know what you mean with that. I don't know. Maybe I had a dumb moment. Had a dumb moment for the last 20 years, but don't tell anyone. Then you have Kmart who have checkouts in the middle. Oh, don't get me started on Big W do that as well. It is so stupid. It is so dumb. Oh, I could just do this whole stream about talking about supermarkets and stores. Because the other day went into, I think it was Kmart, and they didn't have no trolleys. And those little blue baskets that you get, the blue baskets that go along and you can put the stuff in, had that. And then went to get a trolley, and the woman's like, "Yeah, the trolley guy's going to get them." And I'm like, "Okay, how long's it going to be?" "I don't know. Sometimes he takes forever." And I'm thinking, yeah, well, you might want to tell him to pull his finger out and get me a trolley. "Oh, why don't you go buy some bags?" So yeah, I'm just going to go back and pay money for bags. And she didn't allow us. "You have red on you." I do, actually. I paint on this shirt. I've got some red paint on it, and it just hasn't came off. I guess I haven't really tried. I haven't scrubbed it. How did you even see that? But yeah, got into a bit of a to do with the these like what Styles is saying about in the middle of the store. Then you have, I don't understand this as well, how they scan your receipt when you're leaving as well. It's like they're training us like we're a bunch of just stupid sheep. Like, yeah, I've gone, cameras are on me. I've chose to go and service myself, giggity. You go serve yourself, then you're doing all that work, and then when you're leaving, just in case for some reason that you've done the wrong thing, then all of a sudden, tickets, please, tickets. You have to, they scan your bloody receipt. So what is this world coming to? I just don't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna. Most of the time, I just don't do it. I'm just gonna. If someone's like, "Oh yeah, can I scan your receipt?" It's like, yeah, scan this from Shaun of the Dead. Oh, I knew it was from Shaun of the Dead. I may act like a silly plonker, but I'm not actually as silly as I pretend I am. It's just all a joke. It's all a social experiment. If I act dumb like everyone else, no offense to you, I'll just I don't even know what I'm talking about now. Exactly, Cody. Service yourself. Yeah. These days you have to self-service. There's no females around to do it for you. It ain't like the 70s. It ain't like the 60s. It ain't like the 50s. Exactly, Cody. Kmart might as well put their checkouts at the front. They may as well not even have checkouts, eh? They may as well just let everyone, like, cage fighting. Like, just, you just start fighting for your bloody bras and underwear. Not that I wear them, or do I? Just in secret when no one's around. You can't look this pretty and just, not put on some sexy lingerie and enjoy yourself. All right, AJ. I haven't actually heard of that one. I'll have to check it out. Edgar. I reckon you've told me about this before, AJ. I think we've spoke about it. Last night in Soho. I don't mind that Anna Taylor-Joy. She's pretty cool and stuff. So is this the Edgar Wright one? I'm guessing. Cast. They're saying it flopped. I reckon most films flop. Yeah, co-produced, directed and co-produced by Edgar Wright and co-written by Wright. Fair enough. And you have to print your receipts out to show the person at the front of the Kmart. Yeah, I was ranting about that before I saw that comment. No, when that chick was she was nothing against short people, little people, but yeah, she was a very little person and she had a very big attitude on her. She was just very angry at whoever, but she certainly laid down the law when she's like, you have to wait for a trolley. You can't walk out with the blue trolley. So yeah, by the time I did get the trolley, she could shove the receipt up her ass. I wasn't going to walk up to her and say, "Can you scan my receipt, please?" Anyway, I'm not this angry. Sometimes it's just joking, all right? Sometimes it's not. Bring back the hot checkout chicks. Yeah, what the hell happened to them? There's memes about that as well. You know, like you got all these porn stars or these very like models, and then you got some random, you know, Joanne working. Or maybe I should change that name because people might get triggered. Good old Judy from Kmart. Yeah, come to think of it. Anyway, I'm not gonna. Let's keep this PG. PGG. PGG. You don't wear undies. Nah, only on special occasions. These days they may contain nuts. Hey there, Chriso, how are you? Oh, we just hit 11111 on the stream. Trolley Nazis, yeah. It's like that trolley boy from Hot Fuzz. When he's on the phone, yeah. And then when he asks him a question and he has to say no, he's like, oh, fuck, what am I going to say? Nah. Yeah, some of these trolley people get them out of hand. Now, I don't even know what point I was making. I just went into a random rant about Kmart. Good to hear, Chriso. Good to hear. Well. I learned something interesting this evening. Well, the chat's getting carried away. Mark's comments being lifted up and away. Interesting this evening, but it will wait till you are free to talk about it. Yeah, no problems, Mark. Yarp. Maybe Shaun of the Dead and even Hot Fuzz and stuff, maybe they'll have to be on some of our community hangouts. I know that myself and Mark and some other people have always wanted to watch Spaceballs together just so we can have a laugh and, you know, all that stuff. Maybe we'll have to watch Shaun of the Dead and maybe Hot Fuzz together as a group. Be good. And if, you know, we can pause the film and stuff if people want to kind of have conversations midway through because, yeah, I know that I can't sit through most 2-hour movies these days. Just not like it used to be, hey? Back in the day when you can just sit there and watch a movie without all the nonsense. I reckon it's the streaming services and stuff. We're so spoilt for choice. I feel like if I start watching a bit of a film and it doesn't really interest me, it's, yeah. What? Yeah, and as Nightbot's saying, if you want to have a look at the donations, merchies, if you want to go join us on foodie communities, go ahead. Nightbot's just doing what Nightbot does. And what Nightbot does isn't very nice. I'm the best at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice. I remember there was some clips I seen a few months ago about abandoned malls that weren't doing so good. And yeah, I mean, you drive around and there's a lot of abandoned buildings and stuff, and just sometimes I guess no one has the rights to kind of take them down and replace them if you don't own the land or whatever. But yeah, be good to watch a movie we keep going back to. Yeah, definitely. I feel like we've spoke about it so much and had so many laughs about it. And Spaceballs is just one of those films that just, it's like each scene and almost like all the dialogue is just so good. There's like not really a boring moment or a moment where you're like, oh yeah, this is dragging on or whatever. It's just, it just rolls on so well. Robin Hood Men in Tights is a bit like that, but I don't know. I do like my Robin Hood. I do like my, you know, steal from the rich, give to the poor. I'm that kind of person. Don't tell the government though. But yeah, Spaceballs is just, I do love the original Star Wars a lot and some of the other parodies they do, like Alien. You know, where it's, hello, my baby, hello, my darling. that made me almost dribble. That part is just so good. The soup of the day. Just the soup of the day. Kids these days won't experience the thrill of going to Blockbuster Video on the weekend to pick a movie. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm sort of getting at, Styles, is we're so spoilt for choice with streaming apps and stuff like that. There's just so much content. I do like my YouTube as well. But yeah, nothing beats your parents taking you to get a film. And my parents were kind of, not really strict and stuff, and used to normally let me get me and my older brother, they used to let us get a film that was kind of like a family friendly film, or but they would normally let us get like a really crazy horror and stuff or whatever. Or so yeah, a lot of times I always loved going down and just looking at all the films and then going into the adult section, not that adult section, but having a look at the horror films and stuff, and just picking, some, they say don't judge a book by its cover, or a film by its cover. Sometimes as a wee little kid, I just look at it and go, yeah, man, that looks crazy. I do. As a kid, I used to like my monster flicks. I mean, I was one of those kids that had the alien toys, like Xenomorphs, had Terminator, had Predator. What do kids have these days? Bloody Peppa Pig. What's going on? Not that I have anything against Peppa Pig. She's a pretty lovely pig. Yeah, Video Easy as well. I didn't really know about Video Easy until I came to Australia. But yeah, Blockbuster was, and then you sometimes even your parents would get you snacks from the store, or if it was overpriced in those places. Imagine it these days, you'd be paying a stupid amount if Blockbusters was around now. But they just can't. They can't just survive in this day and age. There's too much competition. I mean, you go to JB Hi-Fi and stuff. I remember about 10 years ago, you go to JB Hi-Fi and it's just DVDs, Blu-rays, music galore. These days, they're just selling all sorts of crazy stuff because just DVDs and all that stuff have just died out. Used to look forward to going to Blockbusters to choose a movie. Yeah, there used to be a really cool thing to do. Just go and get a film. If you were with a partner, with your kids, with Phunken Hungry. You are right. We're spoilt for choice with so many stream services. Yeah, it's just they know that that's where the people. I guess it's just so convenient. You can put it on and you can just choose a film and stuff. But I actually find it more difficult. I mean, I've ordered food before. You want to sit down, chill, watch a film. I've ordered food before. The food comes, sits there and gets cold because I'm still sitting there bloody trying to choose a film. Just don't know what to do. Yeah, I mentioned before, Sakar, that I have the Squid Game Smiths. So I'm pretty sure they have the double crunch. And then they had two, I think it's like Korean barbecue and maybe chicken. But I've got the Squid Game Smith chips. I've got all the double XL corn chips as well. I bought them when they came out. So I have, you've got it wrote here. 3 new flavors. I thought they had 4 double XL. Tangy salsa, smokehouse barbecue, ultimate cheddar. Well, I appreciate that, dude. But yeah, I've already got them sitting in. A lot of times I tell my members know what I've got before other people, because I mean they're supporting the channel, so they're a big part of the channel, so they get to be included a little bit more. And also, yeah, if you do tune into Hypersapien TV, sometimes you'll find out little bits of information about even other people like Mark and Roger and so on. They might talk about their up and coming videos and stuff on there, and what they're doing. So yeah, if you do want to see more content from all of us, just go onto all of our streams and live streams and all that stuff, and you'll be able to find out more of what's going on. Or if you do want to become a Phunken Hungry member, it is only like $1.50, and I don't even get that $1.50 because they take 30% of that. So I probably just get like 50 cents or something from it. But yeah, if you want to become a member, I am still building up my membership, and people that have been loyal for a long time or have chose to help with funding the channel and stuff, that I'm definitely going to I haven't forgot about the people that have supported me. I appreciate people supporting, just watching, liking, commenting. That's all good. You know, if you do watch the videos and you do enjoy it, if you could just chuck a like and just even chuck a comment, even just say you plonker, that all of that helps the algorithm, and that's just going to help the channel to grow. And if the channel grows, then you'll be able to see more crazy shenanigans. But yeah, I've got all the Doritos. You know, most of the time I walk around the supermarket like a complete idiot. I remember when I remember plenty of times I've gone around. You know, I haven't really planned it. I've gone in and I haven't really. Maybe I might have a basket. A few times I've walked around with a basket and just throw stuff in. Oh, that's new, that's new, that's new. And then all of a sudden the basket is just. And then I've walked around as well, just grabbing chips like an idiot. I just wonder what people think. Like, bloody hell, that guy's a bit desperate, just walking around, grabbing all the chips, walking around with them in his arms like a newborn baby. But yeah, I've got loads of chips, and I just don't want to open them all because I guess everyone that's watching, what would you prefer? Me doing all of, say, the Doritos? Would you like me to do all of the Doritos in one video? So then it'd be like maybe a 20-minute video or a 15-minute video, or I can do about a 6-7 minute video for each one. So I've done that with Smiths and stuff in the past, a double crunch. I have did individual videos, but then stuff like the Tim Tam Deluxe range, when that first came out, I did all of them in the one video. So yeah, if you want to let me know which videos you prefer, shorter videos and just one product, or doing them all at once, because it did cross my mind if I want to do, I haven't quite worked out if I want to do all the Doritos in one video, smash them all out at once, or individuals. I feel like you get a bit of flavor fatigue, or it's good in a way. You can compare each flavor to each other. But also, if I'm eating the first one, it's like when I did the Mexican burgers at Hungry Jack's. You know, like, I didn't really like the grilled as much, but maybe if I started off with the grilled, it's just how taste buds work and, you know, how your mind works. If I did that first, I might have had a slightly different opinion. Yes, do all the Doritos in one long video. All right, Stylesy, I'll do that. Because, yeah, it'll get them out the way, and then I'll just have to find people to eat the chips. Eat the chip. The bags are pretty small these days, I've noticed. When they do these unique special edition, limited edition flavors, I've noticed they're getting smaller and smaller, and you all know everything's getting smaller. But the bags of Doritos that I've got, those double XL ones, they're very small in comparison to your regular Doritos. The same with these Smiths Double Crunch and stuff. And these, when I did the Rebel Moon Smiths chips, I noticed that they were about 20 grams or whatever smaller than the other ones. So I guess it's kind of smart. They've got a new flavor, so they know people are going to want to try it. It's just how business works. They know people are going to want to try it. So they know if they'll make a little bit more money if they give you a little less. Because that's apparently how business works, screwing over your customer. Don't mind me. I just had to get a burp out of my system, and also act like a complete plonker while doing it. When I was growing up here, we had Video 2000 and an SA network video. I do remember there are other places besides Blockbusters and Video Easy, but they're the ones that I remember the most. It's probably the ones that we used to go to as wee little Cheerio, little cherubs. I've got as much packets of chips as I do blocks of chocolate now. Oh yeah, don't get me started. I have, I think, Kit Kat drumsticks. I have Breakaway choc malt shake flavor. What did I get the other day? They have a I really like the Cadbury Slices range. So the Slices range, they're taking bakery foods, like they've done Lamington and stuff like that, in a block of chocolate. I feel like that's a kind of cool idea, and they are Aussie flavors. So I feel like if someone in a different country watches it, it'll be a little bit more unique than the stuff they get. But I think it was shortbread slices, shortcake. Is it shortcake? Yeah. So I got this the other day. It's a new slices shortcake biscuit. That one, when I saw that, because I've liked the slices range, definitely hit that one up. So when I went into, I reckon it was Woolworths had them 3 blocks of chocolate for 15, but sometimes you don't want that many. That's where the special was. Sometimes you just want 1 block of chocolate. But then when I went to Woolies, I believe they had the Cadbury blocks, most of them for like $3. So I got that, and also have the velvet hazelnut flavor to try. So what's that, like 4 blocks of chocolate? Then I've got other snacks as well. And then I've got, you should see this. I've got like a couch in the other room, and I've just spread out all the chips on it. There's like 9 bags of chips, and that's just some of them. And then I've got, as I've spoke about before, so many noodles that I need to review. Unfortunately, for people that don't know, when I had to say goodbye to my lovely dog in June, so that just really put a bit of a spanner in the works for my reviews. So now I'm just fairly behind on a lot of stuff. And also I'm trying not to eat crap as much anymore. I just need to, I don't know, have kids or find a partner, or I don't know, a homeless person, just to eat the leftovers. And then I'll be able to smash out chips and stuff more. But yeah, I'm always grabbing new stuff, and it's just being added to the pile. One reason as well why some of my stuff gets pushed back is because it reminded me mentioning Hungry Jack's in there. When a new Hungry Jack's promo or whatever comes out, I try to get it out as quick as I can. I have slowed down on being, trying to rush to be one of the first to do it, because I know there's a couple of people who do YouTube that would definitely do food on the first day. I know there's one bloke in particular that most people know that I've mentioned on the channel, and he'll any promo, any excuse to eat another Hungry Jack's burger, he'll do it. But yeah, when there's like an important, like a new cool item comes out, I normally push back some of my other reviews to get that one out first. And yeah, I just can't. I kind of did it last year I was trying to push for my channel to be monetized, and I was like putting out a lot of content, and I was eating a lot of trashy food really. So I'm trying not to do that anymore. Create a poll. Yeah, I would have marked, but Stylesy is a Phunken Hungry member, so I guess he gets first dibs. He wanted a long video, so I'll do that for him. Get the neighbour's cat to eat the leftovers. Yeah. Or send the leftovers to Peter. Yeah, I just feel like chips aren't going to travel that well. I said to Peter when I do some of the noodles, because you get like, I've got some here. You get a pack of 5 noodles most of the time. So I said to him, when I do get around to trying them, I'm happy to send him a pack of, I said to him, I'll send it once I've done a few of them. But once I've done a few, I'm happy to send him a pack of each to try. I've tried the Cadbury Velvet. It's good, but not as good as some of the others. Yeah, some people have said they don't like it, and a lot of people do like it. Again, it's preference, but I just felt like it had a lot of depth to that chocolate. It's one of those chocolates that you don't want to just smash down. I guess most chocolate you probably shouldn't smash down, but when it's a flavor you love, like with me, when a bag of salt and vinegar chips, I'm like a dog with rabies, just foaming at the mouth, just getting these chips into me. I'm a bit of a fiend when it comes to salt and vinegar chips. Funny enough, I haven't had salt and vinegar chips for ages. Yeah, now I do these reviews, I don't really eat the stuff that I like as much, because I'm always trying new stuff. But yeah, that Cadbury Velvet, I feel like it was one of those chocolates that the more you leave it in your mouth and kind of just slowly let it melt and chew, the flavor just develops a little bit on your palate. Yeah, the Cadbury Velvet block is good. I was quite impressed by that. See, Cadbury's annoys me because it's super pricey, but as I mentioned before, some of these slices ones they're bringing out are bloody awesome. One that I liked was the slices. It was caramel. So it was caram. It was a caramel block. It had caramel in the block, and then it had little chocolate like Oreo pieces, like chocolate biscuit pieces. That was amazing, and I have bought that before, like after I've done my review. So if something's really good, I might buy it again. Also, I really like the peanut caramel slice Cadbury slices block. That is beautiful. You know, sometimes I do reviews and I'll say, yeah, I'll give it like an 8 out of 10, and then I'll go back and eat the rest of it, and I'll go, man, I probably should have gave this like like a 9 or a 10 out of 10 because it's just so good. And then I'll review stuff and maybe give it a 7, and then it will sit in the fridge or it'll just sit there for a while. I won't be that keen to get back to it. Yeah, Cadbury is a really good chocolate brand. I do like Nestle as well. I do like my Kit Kat. I feel like Kit Kat is a bit of an OG when it comes to chocolate. Funny enough, when I was a kid, I wasn't huge on wafer, but Kit Kat has always just been so good. Remember when I was a wee little kid, and I used to break a few fingers on the playground. Talking about Kit Kat fingers. And, I remember when the Kit Kat had the foil, but then all of a sudden the world went woke and apparently foil was bad. But how good was it when you you used to take the actual label off, you had the foil in the Kit Kat, and you can like, I don't know if you guys done it, I'm sure you did because I've seen other kids do it, where you like run your finger across it. It just, I don't know, used to be satisfying just to get your finger and run it across the line so it kind of breaks the foil, and then you just pull out one of the fingers. Yeah, exactly. And I do feel like, isn't it funny how um, dairy milk can taste different? Does anyone else feel this? Dairy milk, a Freddo tastes different than is pretty damn similar, but it's slightly different, and it's the amount of chocolate. So a Freddo tastes slightly different than Cadbury's in a block, like the blocks of Cadbury, and I feel like it's because of the design. There's a little bit more, and then Cadbury Easter eggs. I reckon it's because they're so thin. Like there's a lot of chocolate, but you know how it's obviously hollowed out. I feel like Cadbury Easter eggs are pretty damn good. I know my mum's a bit of a chocoholic, and I think that's where she passed it on to me. I think she ate a few Mars bars when I was still in the old tummy. What's the neighbour's cat name again? I think it's Oscar. I don't know. My mum knows a lot more than I do. Yes, Mr. Would that be too floggy? A gentleman never tells. Yes, it's fucking too Aussie. Shout out to Brett. I know he's my number one fan. He's probably watching right now. He's probably taking notes. He's probably with Doofus and Mrs. Doubtfire and all the rest of them. They're probably taking some notes down right now of how to run a stream or whatever. The way to run a stream, just drink lots of fluid and then go outside and then create a stream. And then you whizzle and piddle your life away. I wasn't a fan of the Velvet. That's it. Someone block Electra. Block user on YouTube. Should put her in timeout. Put in timeout on YouTube. Milk Velvet, I'm thinking of the Black Velvet song by... That's all right, Stasi, I know what you meant. Good old AJ. I just ate the entire salt and vinegar Pringles. I've given my dog salt and vinegar before, and now she just smells them and runs away and sits in the corner. I don't think she likes them. Sol used to like them. It's funny. He didn't oh he didn't always like chips, but as he got a bit older, he seemed to like them more. But yeah, there is a few times. I reckon. I guess it depends on how funkin' hungry he was. Sometimes I used to give him one, he would just sniff it and just be like, "Yeah." And then sometimes I'll give him one who'll eat it, give him another who'll eat it, and he'll sit there and share a bag of chips. It's probably not the best for dogs, but also he did almost last 15 years, which is pretty good for a dog. Good old Soul. I miss that guy. These Nestle Old Gold chocolate is something different I tried before. I didn't taste too much like Cadbury. Yeah, gold chocolate in the UK was around even when I was a kid. They used to have this forget what it was called, but it was like a gold chocolate. So that's been around, yeah, since I was a kid. But then Cadbury and Nestle and stuff, they all started doing it. But you are right. I feel like I like Cara Milk from Cadbury more. But that being said, a Kit Kat Gold is pretty bloody beautiful. And I didn't really like white chocolate when I was a kid that much. Like I didn't mind what is it, Milky Bar? Didn't mind that, but it was never like one that I'd rush out or get to. But if someone bought it or gave me some or whatever, I'd eat it. But then I feel like white chocolate it become pretty good. I like white Twix. I liked white Snickers. So there are some pretty nice white chocolates out there these days. But then I feel like gold chocolate has even more. It's not just kind of milky. The gold has a bit more to it than just a milky flavor. Yeah, I don't know about singer Roger, but I did used to do some hippity hip hop back in the day. I had my songs played on radio and stuff like that when I was a wee little lad. And then all of a sudden, egos started getting in the way, and everyone wanted, me. I want them to give me attention. Unfortunately, was it too many chefs spoil the broth or whatever? Everyone had too many options. Everyone wanted to. I think AJ's shocked that. I don't know if he's sad about just hearing about Soul or sad that Soul ate salt and vinegar chips. I mean, it wouldn't be my dog unless unless he ate salt and vinegar chips. Yeah, I'm not going to give him a shout out because I know this is a troll, but I'll just put it on the screen just so we can see the new troll. Welcome, new troll, to the channel. Appreciate you making a new account just to come and troll me. The way I know it's a troll is because you've came in the live stream and also you've texted me on Facebook saying the same stuff in the past. So maybe if you're going to try and troll me, come out with some new material. I'm just going to check this channel as well. Let's see how new this channel is. Oh, it's actually been around for a while. So yeah, maybe you're not a troll, but I know you're a troll. Happy birthday, Dad. Where were we? Yes, Freddo Frog tastes different to a normal, yeah. And it is still just dairy milk, but I feel like it must be the amount of chocolate, it gives you a different mouthfeel. Because obviously the blocks, they're quite dense. And it takes a while to chew. You have to, put a bit of you have to put your mouth into action a little bit, give it a bit of a bite down. But the Freddo Frog, it just kind of is very easy just to snap and break apart. And then just like the Easter eggs as well, you can walk up to an Easter egg and punch it and it will just shatter into little pieces. And then it's like glass. The Easter eggs are like glass. But if kids are going to eat glass, make sure you eat Cadbury Easter eggs. Don't eat glass, kids. I remember there used to be a chocolate brand called Dove. I do remember that. But then, or was that a shampoo? It was pretty good. It had a nice, rich flavor to it. if we are going to talk about chocolate, Lint is bloody good, really good. I love those little balls, and I like how they have centers, like they have gooey centers, and then the chocolate is it's very sort of dense. It feels when you pick it up, but it's very light as well. It's very easy just to crunch and shatter. But I'm quite partial to. I don't really like birthday cake. I feel like it's too sweet, but I like birthday cake flavored stuff. I remember I had Ben and Jerry's birthday cake, and that was funkin' delicious. And I only had one, and because it was a limited time only. When I went to try and get more, I couldn't find any more. And I told the person I was seeing at the time, I'm like, you need to try the birthday cake. Ben and Jerry's is so good, and we tried to find it and could never find it again. But they had birthday cake Lindt chocolate balls out. They actually have a Lindt store in Adelaide somewhere. I reckon I might have to go there. And in the store, it's really cool. Like you can get the bags, you can get the bags and stuff of them, but you can actually, they have like a pick and mix, but just all the individual ones. So I'm pretty sure what you can do is just go, and obviously you're going to be charged probably through the roof going to the direct store. But yeah, I might do a bit of a video of trying some Lindt chocolate, some of the flavors I haven't tried. I want to do a Halloween video as well. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do. So if anyone has any suggestions, feel free to share them. I might dress up like a plonker and do a bit of a Halloween video, kind of like I did at Easter. I dressed up like a twat and did Easter. He said, thanks. Thanks for what? Doesn't your dad know how to use YouTube? Oh, that was a typo, but I felt that's a typo, but I think it's even funnier than what Roger was meant to type. I just love that. Is a soy. That's going to be my new payout for people. I'm going to write that one down, Roger. I'm going to date and time that one. Roger the Pirate. Oh, man. I love when people come out with some random stuff. Ray Mac is a soy, and then time and date is 9:01 p.m. on the 22nd of the night, 24. Roger the Pirate is a soy. Yeah, definitely a spy. I know who they are though. They're not who you think they are, Roger, but they're other people that have came on the channel before. Oh, Whitaker's chocolate from New Zealand I had as well. Really nice taste. That is awesome. That's a really good chocolate. They're a little bit pricey though. They're like $8 a block. They are pretty dense though. Like the pieces of chocolate you get are pretty dense. Like me, they're pretty. I don't know how many I've done on the channel. I don't know if it's only one. I did the peanut butter and jelly or jam, and it was boysenberry jelly. And it, I thought they might like half and half the blocks, but I guess it would be a bit hard. But they did like one side peanut butter, the other side, the other half was jelly. They used to do reviews a little bit different back then as well. I used to use my little, used to have my camera here. Maybe I might bring that back one day. But you say you have the top-down version of the product, and when it comes to chocolate, you can kind of. I do try to show, like, break it up and show to the camera what it looks like in the center and stuff. But that was a masterpiece. They sell them in Coles and Woolworths. They're in gold packaging. Yeah, I've seen Whitaker before. I've had them a few times. They're a really lovely chocolate. Lindt chocolate balls can get very runny in the summer. They can. You definitely need to fridge them if they, because they normally promote them a lot around Christmas, right? And then Christmas in Australia is summer, so it's not the best combination. That's all right, Roger. We all love you. You're a plonker, G. I've never been called that before. I don't know how to act, and maybe this is all an act. You will never know. Maybe I'm a totally different person, really. This Phunken hungry, what is it, social experiment. We'll always remember Roger's quote he made in your stream for his birthday. Yeah, exactly, Cody. As I said, I reckon I'm going to need to. I reckon I'm going to start putting all these quotes in a book, and if we get enough, make make a proper book of it. The book of quotes. Phunken Hungry, have you tried new viral mango ice cream? Viral is it? Viral peach ice cream lemon. They sell them at every Asian supermarket. No, I haven't actually. I have to check it out. See, I don't really eat this stuff that much. I'm not really. Most of the time, I'm grabbing this just to do content and stuff. I don't really go down the ice cream aisle too much. I know how out of it hand it can get when you go down an ice cream aisle, especially at Ben and Jerry's or something, some special. Viral ice cream. I have wanted to try, but I'm not rich, or I'm not a bigger influencer, or whatever you want to call it. But that Dubai chocolate has every year there seems to be.
I didn't understand that.
Fuck off! I didn't say nothing to you. Every year, I feel like 2 years ago, caramel was huge and everything was caramel. Then about last year, I reckon Lotus Biscoff was popular. It still is. Both of them are still popular. Nutella was before that. And this day and age, has anyone seen how popular pistachio flavored stuff has become? Oh, sorry, AJ. Yeah, did you have a bit of an overdose on that? Yeah, but pistachio has become really popular, and it's because of that Dubai chocolate that they made. I don't know if you've seen that viral Dubai chocolate. I'm pretty sure they're like something stupid, like $100 a block or something. So obviously a twat like me hasn't been able to get them, and then all of a sudden I've seen pistachio getting so popular this year now, and I haven't jumped on that bandwagon yet. So maybe all aboard the pistachio train will go. But I do know Jalista, a South Australian company that I've reviewed a couple of times. I know they've got a pistachio ice cream. So yeah, all of a sudden, because of that flavor's got hell popular. I do like nuts, giggity, but I'm more of a peanut man. I don't mind hazelnut. I feel like some nuts don't work that well with chocolate, but chocolate covered peanuts, they're bloody good. But yeah, I don't mind pistachio, but I guess I'll have to try this stuff to find out if I enjoy it or not. Another chocolate store you need to try in Adelaide is, how do you say that? Is it Haze, isn't it? Haze chocolate, but bring lots of money. Yeah, I know there is a store that is pretty close, about a 10-minute drive away, that does that. And I have spoke to Starsy before about wanting to do a SA Icons series where I review stuff that is iconic to South Australia. So I will be starting that again, and I need to fire back up the series. I used to do hamburgers with a lot, or Aussie burgers. But yeah, I need to start spreading out my reviews, so I'm getting back into some of those little series, or whatever you want to call them, like reviewing the same stuff but from different places. Another chocolate, yeah, we just read that, twat. From Woolworths, the Wise Bar is another fantastic ice cream. Yeah, that's actually Google. Is Google and Siri different? I'm pretty sure Siri is the Apple AI, isn't it? And Google, there is another one that Google keeps on telling me to download. Hey, Google, sing us a song. I tried Gemini. Dry cleaning for a ghost will look spiffy soon. A dentist for the vampire and clean fangs too. Halloween will be fun now. How can I help you? If you want to hear that again, ask me to sing the Halloween song. Shut up, Google. But yeah, the reason I said that is because they keep on saying, try Gemini. Gemini is a new AI assistant on your phone. Get help learning in new ways, planning events, writing thank you notes, and more. Anyway, bloody Google. Google takes enough of my money as is from YouTube. Ben and Jerry's is a woke brand. There they are. They're like owned by hippies, aren't they? Can I chocolate covered pretzel? Stink Palm. The old Stink Palm. G's birthday is coming up. Who wants to come party? I don't think anyone wants to party with me, Electra. I do. Oh, man. Should go down to Mount Gambier and meet Stylesy and Becky. Could all go for a pint of beer or something would be cool. Don't know if Stylesy drinks, though, but yeah, maybe Stylesy can have a glass of milk if he doesn't have beer. Yeah, that would be very cool. I have wanted to do, I don't know if my channel is big enough, but people have said it, doing a meet and greet. So, yeah, do a bit of a meet and greet. Your voice over TV triggered my phone. Well, when I said to Google, I should probably stop saying it. Hey, Google, sing AJ a song. Oh, no, now my phone's going off. I was trying to trigger your one, but... AJ, what? Your account is no longer linked. Please re-link with your account. What? Maybe because I told it to shut up, it unlinked me. I'm like, shut up, Google. And then it's like, oh, that's it. I'm gonna remove your account from. Who wouldn't party with you, G? That would be awesome. I don't. My party days are over, really. But as you seen last night on my live, I guess I've still got that a bit of that fight in me left. Still got a bit of that partiness in me. Yeah, I used to be pretty Phunken wild, I guess, back in the day. Let's all have a party with G on his birthday. Why don't we have one not on my birthday? Why don't we have one right now? This music, hang on, let's crank it up. What do we got? Cinematic, that's my style. Oh, that sounds pretty crap, actually. That sounds terrible. Epic. Bring on the epicness. Yeah, this is it. Now we're talking. This is the Hyper Sapien cinematic universe. Yeah, it came up again. Let's go. It's like I'm going to be fighting Thanos. What is he doing? What's happening? I wanted to try to do a food review with this, but it's just not going to work. I wanted to try to it doesn't really grab stuff. Hey, let's see if we grab Kermit. Oh, he got him. And he got away. That sneaky little frog. He's a slippery sucker. Here you go. Like, comment, and subscribe, otherwise the frog gets it. I'm gonna wait. I can't be mad at him. He's too adorable. I'm gonna vanish. Vanish with Thanos. Just because it looks pretty cinematic, I'm gonna do this first. I'm so sorry. I'll never do that to you again, Kermit. I blame all of you. You just put me through a traumatic experience on live stream. How could you do that to me? It's all your fault for telling me that I was going to party. Laying down the gauntlet, exactly. Where's all the emojis, guys? All you members. Let's get it going. Let's get all aboard. You know what time it is. It is time for the snap. Speaking of snap, let's snap one out. Oh no, what have we done? Now you got the name. Now you got the neighbour's cat judging me. Ooh. What was we doing? I think I just might have had a bit of a meltdown. Now I'll have a glass of raspberry at the PUBG. Sounds good to me, Stylesy. You have whatever you enjoy. I'd probably go a stout. I like a bit of stout these days, especially if Guinness is on tap. I'm getting off tap, on the tap. We all a bit wild once in a while. Yeah, we're all mad around here. We're all mad here. What's the laying down the gauntlet? You're out of control, G. When's your birthday, G? G is being normal. That's almost a good. That's almost worth writing down as well. Where's Miss Piggy? I'm not dating her anymore. We broke up. Don't tell Kermit. Hang on. Do frogs have ears? Don't tell Kermit. I've had this since a kid because I absolutely loved Muppets. And one time when I just went crazy on stream, I thought I'd show people him. He was locked up in the basement for a while. But yeah, I want to get a grown up Kermit one day. I used to have some Muppets when I was a kid. I used to have Animal. I used to love my Animal just because he was so ridiculous. I don't know why. Believe it or not, I liked Animal and I liked Taz from the Looney Tunes. Maybe that's where I got the craziness from. Why is my phone starting to talk to me? Google, handle my shit. For a Kit Kat, yeah. Break a few. See, when I said that I used to break fingers on the playground, this is what I meant. This is what I should have done to Pete last night. Should have gave him the Thanos snap. I can't really snap my fingers with this. They're kind of getting close, but not close enough. Chomp. I need to get some more emojis, but they'll do for now. The emojis are kind of the reason I put obviously the gauntlet on, because I used to do Monday Night Madness when I used to do the snappy snap. Good night, Funk. I will be heading off now. It's been awesome tonight. Good to be in the stream again with everyone. I'll see you again real soon, Funk. Good night, everyone. Take care, and I appreciate you having a chat with us, and appreciate you sharing your stories with us and sharing your likes and whatnots. See you, Wiz. Who's Pete? If you go and watch Hypersapien TV last night, a little weasel tried to weasel his way in, and that's Pete. It's all right. Pete was just being controlled by his puppet masters. They were sending him to do their bidding. But little do they know that I've watched Puppet Master long time ago. Wishmaster, Puppet Master. I know all of the masters. You can't come and mess with a wee little boy who used to watch horror films for fun. Now I don't get scared so easy. Stinky Pete. Yeah, that's the one. That's it. Old smelly boy himself. I remember Monday Night Madness. Yeah, they used to get pretty mad, didn't they? I was going to bring him back. Cody does Mondays now. So, yeah, the Monday Night Madness has stopped. Maybe we'll just have to change it to Sunday Night Madness. Pete is right, old plonker, and not a good one either. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you plonker. I used to love watching Only Fools and Horses, a show that my parents used to watch when we were kids, and this guy there's two brothers and they live with their granddad, and the older brother always goes, Rodney, you plonker. I didn't really use that word for so long until I started doing streams and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, let's bring it back. Let's bring the plonker back. Let's have a chat to this old geezer, shall we? Yeah, let's have a good old talky talk. Pete got destroyed by Phunken last night. Yeah, and that was me. I could have probably, I should have got out the gauntlet and really laid down the smackdown on him. Sunday Night Madness with Phunken Hungry. This is pretty mad. You can just tell by the way Pete talks and conducts himself in coats that he's just a little weed himself in cost. Yeah, he's, as we all know, I gave him a bit of a benefit of a doubt. To be honest, when I came across Pete at first, didn't really like the guy. He used to be on other live streams that I used to partake in. But then I never said, oh yeah, I don't like the guy or whatever. But then we had a bit of a talk about a little bit more deeper subjects. I think I need to turn off this cinematic universe. It's making me feel like I need to run and punch someone. We'll turn it back to hip hop. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, I didn't really like the guy, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt. But then, as I said, we started talking a little bit more interesting stuff and found common ground. And then I didn't mind the guy. But I always had a sneaky suspicion that he was a bit of a weasel. And then he weaseled his way into my chat and showed how weaselly he is. Why am I calling him a weasel? Weasels are lovely. They're beautiful animals. He's more like a rock. That's about the personality he has. He has what did I used to say? He has a personality of a doorstop. But even that has more uses, so I don't know what he is. Even a rock has more uses. At least I could pick up rock up and throw it. You know, when you used to skim rocks on the ocean, on the old river, you know, see how many skips the old rock would do. I had a lot more fun times with a rock than I had with Pete, I'll tell you that. I was laughing a bit at times when G did it. Yeah. Sunday Night Shenanigans. I actually like that, Cody. I like that. I might have to steal that. Might have to write that down. Roger and Cody, they're doing all the work for me these days. I need to start paying these guys. I was laughing. Sunday night craziness. Sunday fun days. You're out of control. I'm just going to let you guys all run the chat, run the stream. Bye. Fuck you, Pete. See, I was trying to keep the craziness off Phunken Hungry, but apparently I can't help myself. Apparently. I was going to try and keep I don't even know which one was going to be crazy. Because I'm thinking that, yeah, I really started that other channel at first to be, so the craziness went there. And then I rebranded the channel and tried to make it all nice and lovely and wholesome. And then all of a sudden I let out all these guys in the stream to run amok. And you're doing it here as well. It's all good. I love it. As if we're on the 144. We're almost up to the 2 hour mark, the 154. We're about 5 minutes off the 2 hour mark, and I've been but that's all, folks. the whole time. Some YouTube food reviews now do Lego live streams. Yeah, so they found out they couldn't do food reviews to save their life, so they decided to do the most easiest thing that you can do, because even kids can do it: build Lego. Good day, Phunken. Hello there, Henry Nelson. How are you there, Henry? Just might do a bit of a checky check. Let's have a bit of a checky check. Oh, Henry does fishing or farming. Bit of maintenance. I'll give you a sub, Henry. Check out your stuff another time. Hope you don't mind me snooping. Not an expert by any means, but I live in a farm, so I share videos from trail cams and farming equipment. I also like model railroad. Did you come from maybe Mark Shed Talk? Maybe model railroad operations, so show vids of trains. Well, it sounds like you've got some interesting hobbies there, Henry. Welcome to the stream. No problems at all, Henry. Having coffee, watching thunderstorms. Man, that sounds really good. I do love a good storm. More so if I'm inside and not out in the storm, not in the eye of the storm. Yeah, I do. I don't know, a bit of rain, water, like waterfalls and stuff really do calm my mind a bit. So Sunday, Phunken Day. Every day's Phunken Day. We've got Phunken Monday, Phunken Tuesday. Actually, we don't have Phunken Wednesdays, do we? That just sounds a bit wrong. We're all legends in the round table of King G. Nightbot coming in strong, doing what it does best. Yes, the roof helps, exactly, yeah. I probably wouldn't be so cheerio if I was standing in the rain. But to be honest, I have walked in the rain before, and it is, I don't know, I'm weird though. It is a bit refreshing. It really makes you feel alive when you're walking and, just rains in your face and you're getting soaking wet. You probably need to go home and dry yourself, otherwise you might get sick. But I don't know. Sometimes getting out in the elements makes you feel alive. Makes you feel like you're a part of nature. But yeah, I do like a bit of thunder and lightning and everything frightening. We're 2 minutes off from the 2-hour mark, and I was only going to stay for an hour, so appreciate all your lovely people for being here. We got 8 likes. I'm going to just leave this little emoji here, and maybe this little guy. All right, everyone. Have you had enough of me yet, or you want me to ramble on for a little bit more? Like grounding, yeah, like grounding, but skying, being off in the sky, floating up into the atmosphere. Remember Atmosphere? Did you ever play that game, Atmosphere? That used to be crazy. It's like used to put I think they got a DVD version later on in life, but when I was a wee little kid, you put on Cheers, Roger. You used to put the Who's in Adelaide? Me. Most of these guys aren't. Stalsy's in South Australia, but not in Adelaide. But yeah, Atmosphere, go to 4 hours. I think everyone will probably be asleep by the time I do 4 hours, though. But yeah, Atmosphere used to put the VHS into the TV and used to play the board game. And he was like this Grim Reaper character. And as you're going around, he like just jumps up out of the screen and he starts telling you to do stuff. It used to be really crazy as a little kid. Oh, the Stylesy's going off. He's got the Cheshire Cat. He's having a good time with his eggplant. the king of the eggplant. Oh, he's. I forgot I put that emoji there. I love that. I love that gif of that black dude. I've seen some videos of him. He's pretty damn funny, but there's that gif of him going like banging on his head like so good. So I had to make that emoji when I was adding him. All right. Besides Roger, who else is go 24 hours? Yeah, I'm just gonna go to bed. I'll just leave the background on. I'll dim the lights. Just leave the background on. I'll just go to sleep now. Oh, just a bit of ASMR. You can just hear my voice. You can hear my voice as I talk. Maybe I'll sip a tea like Kermit the Frog. Played it once years ago and got knocked out of the game almost immediately through a sissy fit. Yeah, it was a little bit like that. Like I remember it being fun, but yeah, then I'll probably play it now and probably just rather just a Ouija board and just contact some real spirits to come and mess with me. So all of a sudden I'm sleeping, and then the ghosts and the spirits are all coming at me. They're coming at me. Yes, thank you very much, AJ. I've got a little bit of, as we know, shout out to a certain Electra. Still working out my lighting, but I've only put one ring light on because I feel like that washes it out a little bit too much. Feels like it's a little bit more cinematic with a bit of shadow. Please subscribe to Phunken Hungry. Cheers, Nightbot. I thought I streamed this to Facebook as well, but apparently I didn't. With Restream, there's a lot of issues lately with a lot of these companies. YouTube seems to be all right, but Facebook, Twitter, you need to be, I'm pretty sure, pay now to go live. So you need like a premium account. So that now you need to do that. Facebook changed some of its policies when it comes to live streaming. So yeah, when I used to do the Monday Night Madness, I used to just stream everywhere, stream all over the place, down the river, down the local toilets. Just there was streams everywhere, streams for days. 2:02. So you all bored of me yet? Should I get out of here? Shall we go? Yeah, she is. But don't tell her. I don't want her to get a big head. Yeah, as I was saying on yeah, let's just pretend like I'm not here. Anyway, just carry on. Just do what you want. Yeah, Dad, if you was on bloody Hypersapien TV, you heard a little bit about what I'm trying to do. Stream in the toilet. Exactly. Oh, no. Someone else streamed in the toilet once and it didn't go very well for him, did it? Let's party. You can go party. I'm not a partier. Okay, take care, Phunken Hungry, and everyone on the live chat. And good night, everyone. And stay safe. Appreciate you, Sakar, for being here. And have a lovely night. And we'll speak to you soon. Appreciate your input and always telling us of all the new stuff around. Yeah. So apparently people are so bored of me by now that they're not even talking to me anymore. It's just like I'm not even here. But yeah, I want to get I've eyed it off for a while. I want to get a live. Basically, it's a light that glows and it's live. I've eyed that off for a while. I want to put the live behind me. So when I am live, I'm live on air. So I've got so many posters and stuff as well that I don't even have up that I've just got sitting there as well. I just so busy these days and so all stuff happening that's just getting all crazy that I just eventually I'll have some cool stuff behind me. I mean, I've got so much stuff over the years. I've got Stan Lee, I've got a limited edition Stan Lee print that I got when I met him. I know I've got a few different. I did buy this when I was at Comic. Apparently, I've moved it, but yeah, I've got a lot of cool stuff that I just have laying around. Like, don't even have like I've just they're hidden. They're hidden. Like it says live. What do you mean live? Yeah, live. Like live. Hello, I'm live. But yeah, the lights, they have a like on radio shows when it has the glowing live lights. They have one of them. And I want to get it so it's just glowing live in the background. See, because I do a lot more these days, I don't have as much time to do stuff that I need, but it'll get there eventually. It'll get there. I wanted to make the other room into my live room or my hobby. I wanted to make it a hobby room and a place that I do my live streams, but just on air, you mean? No, I mean live. At least I think I do. And I do have on-air ones, but see how it says live. I reckon Kmart had one. I remember I saw it a while ago. Dogface mentioned it last night as well. Rainbow. Oh, it's out of stock. That's why I haven't seen it lately. It's only $8 apparently. Oh, this one does say on air, so I apologise, but yeah, that one's on air. But I think I'd like live more because that's what this is live stream. I'm not really on air. I'm not in the air. I'm not in the radio waves. I'm not waving around in the radios. In the air waves and the radio waves and the hand waves. Calm down. Keep your knickers on. I like the on-air one. Well, maybe you should start doing some YouTube lives, and you can have that as your background. And it's all right. All right. Keep your Allens on. As well, I want to get the strips. I've wanted them for a while. I wanted them when I had my stuff around the other way because I was getting sick of just having that blank wall behind me in my videos. So I wanted to get the strips to go across it just so it has a bit of background light. Yeah, this is just now I'm just talking a bunch of bollocks. This is the one I should have right, Stylesy, if you're still around. I should have that on stream. And maybe I'll just point to someone and have like a little naked woman, not a real woman. Oh, where's my... I've got so much random crap, I don't even know where I put it these days. You're around here somewhere, aren't you? These I've got those statues that you learn how to draw on. It's like a little wooden statue that you can move and pose. Maybe I could have live nude and point to the statue, and because of the lighting, I can make it look like it's a little naked woman doing a nudie nude. Oh, sorry, I was meant to keep this PGGG, wasn't I? PGG. Well, you kind of look like a radio announcer because of you wearing headphones. Yeah, I just don't like the really small little earbuds that much. I always find they always slip out of my ear, especially when I'm listening to some really bassy music and stuff. All of a sudden it just vibrates and just flies off into the distance. Is that an ice cream behind you? No, it's a lollipop. So then I can say to people, do you like my lollipop? What? Gee, it's too beautiful for radio. Oh, you're too kind, AJ. Really, it's just my conjoined twin that's beautiful. Apparently, it's been around for a couple of weeks and doesn't want to go. He. Geez, too beautiful for radio. A waste that would be. Yeah. I do have a bit of a face for radio, right? Yeah, that's a good sign. It's an ice block. No, it's not. It's a lollipop. Bloody Australians. It's an ice lolly. I don't know. Imagine coming to Australia from England and just every word that I knew it was just a whole lie. It was a lie my whole life. I found out, in England, crisps, chips come here, chips, hot chips, cold chips, warm chips. Bloody hell. Lollies are sweets and sweets are lollies. Just, oh man, it's like I went back in time. It's like, oh yeah, let's just go back to the 1800s where everything doesn't make sense. Anyway, let's not get into another rant about me moving to Australia. I'm anticipating a conjoined twin of my own after all that junk I've been consuming lately. Yeah, funny enough, I've ate a lot of trash on Phunken Hungry, and I don't normally get like pimples and stuff. I reckon it's from stress with what happened to Soul, and I've got other stuff that I'm trying to do in life that is just annoying me. Oh man, as well, I trimmed my beard earlier on, and I swear in about 2 days, I think I'm just going to have a grey beard. Just the more I'm looking at, the more I was looking at myself, and just as I was shaving in, I'm just like, fuck, where's all this grey come from? And I've noticed as well, I've been frowning a lot lately, and I'm pretty sure like my face is just, I don't know, maybe I'm just getting paranoid, but it seems like my face is aging rapidly. It's like every time what was it, Quantum Leap, that old show? I don't know, it's like Benjamin Button or something. It's like every time I see myself, I'm like, man, you're looking older and older each second. Yeah. Sometimes when I have some shitty food, I could get them, but really, if you're cleaning your pores and stuff, pores. But yeah, I reckon it's just stress because they're popping up like no problem. Had one on here that just wouldn't go away, and I swear, once that started disappearing, it's just like I blinked my eyes, and all of a sudden, there was another one, and they're big, mean bastards as well. They just won't go away. And I do all the right stuff, like giving it a bit of a spit shine and rubbing it, making it feel comfortable. Well, I've got a few grey hairs downstairs as well. Yeah, I haven't found one of them yet, but hang on, let me just check downstairs. Nah, can't see any. In your eyebrow. Oh, don't fucking start on my eyebrows. Why are you telling people all my secrets? Yeah. I found a couple of grey hairs in my eyebrow the other day, and I was pretty disappointed in myself. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care too much, but yeah, as I say, it just feels like the clock's just in overdrive. You should do a food review channel. Yeah. So then we don't have to watch this shit anymore. I reckon Styles, you should do one. AJ, probably Electra. Why don't you all just do food review channels, and then we can get rid of Phunken Hungry once and for all. Everyone will be so happy when that happens as well. They're like, we finally got rid of him. We finally got to him. Oh yeah, why is that? Yeah, exactly. Why is that? How do you know AJ likes food? Maybe he hates food. I thought that's what you were talking about. What were we talking about? I'm talking about what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Hello, cheerio. I'm from London. London. I think it's because you said that, AJ, that you've been consuming so much junk. So I guess, yeah, that's pretty much my secret. It's just an excuse to eat bullshit and just do it on video. Because you said you had been eating so much. Oh yeah, AJ showed me his his whole grey. Your hair grey. It's like I'm living in another dimension now. Just like I'm getting like little bits of information. It's just coming through the cracks of the wall. Just small information. If I did a food review channel, it would just be reviews on Zinger boxes. That sounds pretty good, actually. You can compare them. You can try different sauces. It's like, yeah, today I've got the smoky barbecue. Today I've got the supercharged. I'm feeling supercharged. I'm gonna get my Zinger box. Mine would be on protein shakes. Yeah, and your intro and outro will probably be farts, right? Yeah, you'll be like, "Hi, I'm Electra, and this is a protein shake." And then at the end of your outro, you fart and just say bye. If you don't know, protein gives you farts if you eat too much of it. If I did, I'd review things that others aren't, like kale. Oh, don't start. Don't start on me, all right? I need to get through all this crap, but yes, I'll put in big capital letters, buy kale, and eat it like a Bronchiosaurus or whatever they're called. Brachiosaurus, Monty, full Monty. Ha ha, that's a good one, AJ. They are called love puffs. Stylesy, if you had content, mate, I'd watch. He does have content, but it's just not what Phunken Hungry does, which is a bit of a blessing and surprise in disguise. I disguised my surprise for everyone. I reckon I've even got Stylesy on the Hyper Sapien show. Oh, who's that ugly bastard? Oh, that's me. You're right. I'm looking at Phunken Hungry shorts. Got to take a picture of what they decided to use as the picture. Oh man, my screen is dusty as hell. It doesn't look like it's dusty, but when I put on the flash, it's like more dusty than your grandma's undies. Yeah, everyone was saying that I don't have a face for radio. That was when I was rubbing the tip. I was rubbing the tip on a video, and you all watched it. And I didn't get banned or taken to jail yet. I was slapping around the tip of my hot dog. I'd watch it too, Stylesy. You don't even watch Phunken Hungry. Thanks, Electra. Yeah, Stylesy, it looks like you're doing a Zinger channel, all right? What you could call it is Stylesy Zinger Extravaganza or whatever, and you could just eat as many zingers. You could even do a food challenge one day and see if you can eat 2 zinger boxes. Not my grandma, she irons hers. Does she get out the old feather duster and dust up the old vajayjay, clean it up? Got to clean it up. Such a lovable git. This is it. This is about as good as it gets. See, I've had a lot of ideas that I've mentioned on Phunken Hungry before where I want to move the channel. I had this idea and I've started to do a bit of an intro for it, but I want to do Funk in the Wild. It just sounded wrong to me if you think about it. Funk in the Wild. And so I was going to get a little bit funky and a little bit wild. but that hasn't happened because I had obviously Soul, and he used to get separation anxiety if I was too long, so then I wouldn't be able to go for extended periods. But obviously, I'm still grieving and stuff a little bit, and the rest of it. But yeah, I want to do a little bit more interesting stuff going forward. I still do food reviews like snacks and stuff. But yeah, I want to do. I like a lot of those channels where they travel or they go, and I've always wanted to find some Aboriginals that would teach me about their culture or other cultures even. That being said, but I thought being in Australia, Aboriginal being, you know, a huge part of Australian culture, I'd love to see if I could find some Aboriginals that would kind of talk on camera, teach me some of their traditional ways of cooking and stuff like that. All that sort of stuff I'd love to do. Getting involved in different cultures, but also food, but put in a bit of their, obviously they can talk about their culture and their beliefs. Because when it comes to food, obviously, I just go to Macca's and they don't even put tomato on my burger or beetroot, but there's a lot more involved when it comes to food. Like even McDonald's, you know, has a history of hamburgers and how it became what it is. But I'd like to include a little bit more of that eventually. Another idea, I guess I may as well say it, is like because another guy who a person I know in real life, he said that he goes hunting, and we spoke and we both sort of said, I can't teach you Latina cooking. I can teach you. I don't even know if I haven't. What do you eat? Like, I don't know, leaves or something. I don't know what you eat. Chili, isn't it? Leaves with chili on it or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'd love to incorporate hunting and stuff like that. The idea that I had was going hunting, and hopefully if we get some food. And this guy is very much does this, and I mean I can. Oh, that made me look like a plonker. Lucky I'm not on live stream, otherwise I would have made a right fool of myself, talking about leaves and stuff. Oh, that's back to the kale. Maybe I've got kale on my mind. But yeah, a bit of hunting. I know, again, it won't be for everyone. Some people, I don't think any vegans watch my channels, but I'm sure vegans would be a bit triggered. Yeah, grabs just stuff from the wild, like, just get food and incorporate that and then do some cooking at the end. Also, fishing would be good. Go fishing. Hopefully, again, catch stuff and then wrestle a bear for its salmon. Exactly. I do like salmon. So bears aren't that tough, are they? They're pretty weak, aren't they? I've heard that they're not the toughest. They're not the toughest of animals. So I'm sure I could just easily run up, punch it in the face. It'd be so shocked that it'd be like, ugh. And then take the salmon and go swim downstream with my salmon. And have you seen that video of that bear that waves at someone? They throw him like bread or something and he waves. I'm sure that's how it would happen. In my head, that's how it's going to happen. Still, the bear's salmon and it waves as I swim downstream with it. Yeah, I feel like that would be pretty cool to do. I've gone squidding with my brother when I was younger. That was pretty good, but I've never been a huge fisherman. Not the cocaine bear one. Yeah, exactly. I've enjoyed fishing, but normally I enjoyed it because I used to go with my brother or whatever. He used to be really into fishing. He used to have all the rods and stuff back when we were younger. He used to go with his friends, and the neighbour's cat he went with a few times as well. By the cat, I mean a bloke. Yeah, I feel like that could make the channel a little bit more interesting, going fishing, and then like, you know how those shows where you see them and they cook on the beach or whatever, or they, because I do actually really like cooking as well, so I probably would grab some herbs, limes, whatever. I do actually really like experimenting with food. I kind of know what I like. Like last night before live stream, it was just such a simple meal, but it was tasty as. That's why today when people are like, oh, don't fucking eat Macca's, when I posted it on Facebook, they're like, oh, it's your fault. You're calling me fat and all this stuff and saying, yeah, eat proper food and trying to lecture me. I'm like, okay. Yeah, it doesn't look anything amazing, but it was I did some broccoli, carrots, cauliflower, and I added soy sauce, fish sauce, just can't remember what else I put in it. Probably some chili, and then I did some chicken. It was just chicken breast, and because I couldn't even really be bothered to slice it like properly or fine, so I just had some really chunky bits of chicken. It's a little bit washed out and strained because I've got the blur effect on. It blurs it a little bit. But yeah, with the chicken, what did I do? As I was cooking it, I added some salt and white pepper to it. Normally I go black pepper, but I felt white pepper would work with chicken a little bit more. Just covered that as I was cooking. Just a lot of times I just throw. I did end up putting some paprika on it. I quite like paprika with chicken. I went through a stage where I was just eating a lot of chicken and salad a few years back, and I rubbed paprika on the chicken and then cook it. It just gives it a really nice earthy flavor. But then there was some sriracha marinade, so I poured a little bit of that into it because sometimes I'll put like a sweet and sour sauce or whatever with it just to simmer it a little bit at the end. But yeah, there was a sriracha marinade that I splashed a bit of that on it at the end, and it just, such a simple meal. Good for you, good clean protein and some nice veggies. And I had that about 5 o'clock last night, yesterday, before the live stream. I made sure I ate. This is the previous time where Dogface wanted me to drink and stuff. That was a time where I just I ordered Macca's or whatever, and I just wanted something to come while I was getting ready. And then it took over an hour, so I ended up cancelling it, and then I couldn't be bothered to make food. And then I just came on live stream, didn't eat, and then all of a sudden I'm being told, can you drink shots and eat worms and stuff? So, not the cocaine bear. Why don't you make damper? Yeah, I have actually made damper the traditional way. It wasn't really just me. But I went to Flinders Rangers, Operation Flinders, when I was a kid. They get different schools to go into the Flinders Rangers and learn about survival. And it's kind of like, hey there, Becky, how are you? It's kind of like you're building survival skills, but also teamwork. They're trying to, it's meant to be for troubled kids, but a lot of people, the school I went to, they weren't. We came across another group. You're not meant to come across other groups. You're meant to be separated. But what silly plonkers are like. They just told us both groups to go to one camp. And then we had to end up finding another camp. But yeah, the people we met, they were nice to us, but they were really, troubled kids. I think drug related and stuff like that. But we made traditional damper made the fire and put the food in and put the coals on top of it, and I think we had jam with it. And then this Aboriginal bloke taught us about hunting, and he we was living on tin cans and stuff. You have to carry it in your backpack. You have to carry like your food. They do have food in different drop-offs because obviously you're not going to be able to carry everything we went for like 7 days or whatever. But yeah, I could have kissed this Aboriginal bloke because we were living on just whatever. It was fine. I don't mind. We mixed like beans and stews together and just made some crazy stuff. One night, the bloke who was looking after us, he made spaghetti bolognese. They gave him a few different ingredients than they gave us. Yeah, the Aboriginal bloke, he had chops and sausages and maybe even like burgers or whatever. And you just did a barbie out in the bush, which was just amazing, and it was just a really good experience. He was an absolutely lovely bloke. I still remember his name. It was Noel, and he made, I think it was the first time I had it when I came to Australia, because I would have been about maybe 15 at the time. It was the first time I had kangaroo. he made a kangaroo stew, and he put up like chunky carrots, chunky potatoes, and it was a very basic stew, like not huge amounts of spices, because you can imagine Aboriginals, they don't have access to like Asian spices and whatever else. You know, if you think they say English has bland food, taste Aboriginals' food. That's bland as hell. I'm only kidding. The food was absolutely delicious, and I fell in love with kangaroo then. And yeah, I remember the teachers are like, "Oh, you guys are hungry," because me and a couple of mates went up for seconds and stuff. And it's like, yeah, well, we've been living on tin cans for a few days. I felt like I was like some sort of werewolf or coyote howling at the moon as soon as I saw some meat. That's how I knew that I could never be vegan. So as soon as there was some meat out there, like sitting there frothing at the mouth, is it cooked yet? Is it done yet? You definitely need to do a cooking show, G. I have done a couple of cooking videos. Yeah. If I wanted to do it well, I'd have to get lights, I'd have to get tripods, and I'd have to, which I have some of that stuff, but it's like, I mean, it could happen, but a lot of these lights I've got are USB, so I'd have to get one of those power boards, which I do have here with the USB slots. But yeah, as I'm learning as I go, there is a lot to making content. Lighting is a huge part of it. And yeah, so I've done as people that watch Phunken Hungry know that I've done a couple of cooking videos over in the last one I've done. I did Cole's hamburgers, Cole's brioche bun, Cole's pickles, and Cole's special burger sauce. It was such a just simple cooking video, but it was I called it the Cole's burger because it was all Cole's products, and I really like Cole's burger sauce. Oh yeah, get your tripod out. Hang on. Oh. Well, that's embarrassing. Everyone just saw my floppy on stream. Cheers, AJ. Could always rely on you to lead me in the right direction. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that goes into it. And I guess I'm a bit of one of those people that always trying to improve. And I do watch a lot of these cooking shows, and yeah, they do a great job. So I've messed around with it. We have, I'm pretty sure I called it Cooking with Funk. Cooking with Funk. Well, I've only got one video here. I do need to add the Coles one to the playlist. Well, I did do as well, but unfortunately, I collaborated with some people that I don't speak to anymore. But I did dim sims as well. The idea was to get dim sims and make recipes from it. But I remember, I reckon this was around the time those certain people started getting jealous, because I remember they was moaning. They were saying that they were going, we'll have a week to do it. And then I remember that they decided to speed it up, and all of a sudden they kept moaning because I hadn't edited my video in time. And it was because we was meant to supposedly only do one recipe, but I thought each dim sim, they were giant dim sims, so they're about that big each, and you get 4 in a box. Like, instead of just doing all 4 dim sims in one recipe, I may as well do a different recipe for each. So I did a burger from it. I did a mee goreng from it. I did a stew because I don't mind the guy, but obviously he doesn't want to associate with me anymore because the puppet masters are pulling his string. But yeah, Paddy Joe always used to get drunk and say that he wanted to do a dim sim stew. So I did a dim sim stew, which I only used a tin stew because I didn't want to take that long. I did all of this in one day. I did the mee goreng, did the stew, and I've probably done something else with them. But yeah, that the link I just shared is that's the Cooking with Funk. This one was I did because when I used to speak to those people, we came up with, when we was talking, we was like, I think it was, if you could make any burger from Macca's or whatever, like if you could get McDonald's to do a burger, what would it be? And I just was saying, oh yeah, a pork burger with apple sauce and stuff, and I ended up just doing a. It's not the best video, but it is what it is. It was me making this pork burger. So I made stewed apple with a bit of cinnamon. I can't even really remember the whole video. I did pork. Having a look here. Apparently I did bacon. Man, these angles don't look the best. I think I've zoomed into the food a little bit too much. Yeah, so the pork patties as well, I just threw in all sorts of stuff. As I say, when I cook, I kind of just go with what off the top of my head, what I feel like would work together. Oh man, I look like a dirty mess on that video. Yeah, some of these old videos as well, I don't like the angle. I've zoomed in a bit too much. I guess it's I think I had a different tripod at the time, so the tripod was smaller, so it felt like it was closer to me. But yeah, I just see these old videos and I just kind of cringe a bit. Some people might enjoy them, but yeah, I can just I like it like this, where I've got some room to breathe. They do, Electra, but national indigenous Australian spices are quite mild and mellow in flavour. Yeah, they have. AJ's exactly right. They use. Well, they in indigenous cooking, they use a lot of the native flowers and leaves and plants. Like even when they cook food, they lay down, is it gum tree leaves or whatever? They use a lot of that because it creates a lot of smoke. Yeah, that guy was telling us how Emu Snare. Oh, I'm pretty sure he gave us all nicknames. Someone was Emu Snare. I can't even remember what my nickname was. But yeah, he taught us how to catch emu. We didn't actually catch one, but you get basically this wire. You get this wire, and yeah, you put it in the right place, and obviously you scare them. And when they run into that wire, and then obviously the lovely Aboriginal people probably going just to knock it out of its misery. Dim Sims. No, it's cooking with funk, because it's like cooking with soul, like soul cooking with soul, cooking with funk. I don't know. In my mind, it sounded cool. Just meat patties take a lot of seasoning. Massive burger. Yeah, I've done like a double. I didn't really need that much food, but I did a double patty in a bun. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I'm not the biggest pork fan as well. Like I like bacon and ham, but these days I'm not. I don't mind some pork, but yeah, it's just not my preferred. I would have. I like my beef when it comes to burgers. I do like chicken burgers, but not really chicken mince. I like a breast of chicken in burger, like a fillet burger. Gum leaves is crack for koala, makes them sleepy, dopes them out. I need some gum leaves. Oh, of course, Becky. Dim sims are good. I want to try and make my own one day. That'd be a good video, Becky, if you make your own and then do it on your Weber. If you make them, show the ingredients, show you sort of just making them and then cook them up. Yeah, it was a bit shit stylesy, to be honest. So I don't know. As I say, some people might like that, but yeah. Because I had the hobby channel, I did take a lot what I learned from the hobby channel and incorporate it into Phunken Hungry. So I was a little bit better at speaking on camera, because I cringed and failed and did some on G the Hyper Sapien, the hobby channel, I was still learning how to edit. So some of the videos, I've taken a lot of them off. I've put them on private because going back and watching some of them, editing was all new to me, so it was just very different. And even in the early days of Phunken Hungry, I knew how to edit, but I feel like I keep on hopefully improving with the editing. But yeah, it's like I knew how to edit a little bit on Phunken Hungry already, but I was still trying to create a certain style with Phunken Hungry. I was trying to make it a little bit different than the hobby channel. But then after doing Phunken Hungry for so long, going back and doing a hobby video, I brought some of what I learned from Phunken Hungry to that, which was just leaving in jokes and stuff. I think when I was painting an orc and I did the lips, I normally do like a bright red lips and then start blending it in and getting rid of some of that shine. And I remember just saying stupid stuff like, "Oh yeah, paint the lips red so it looks like Jessica Rabbit," and just saying stupid stuff like that. You're a complete natural now. The camera loves you, baby. Yeah. I don't know. I always store this useless information in my head. That's from Uncle Roger. When he pays out Jamie Oliver, he watches Jamie Oliver, and one time Jamie Oliver's like, "Yeah." So Uncle Roger was hell giving him shit for saying that. And I remember one video he had a paper cutout of Jamie Oliver and he put it on his face and he's like, "Yeah." The useless stuff that stays in my head for some reason. I want some gum leaves. Yeah, we should all. Maybe that's what we'll do from my birthday. We'll all get together and eat some gum leaves. See if we can find a koala. Yeah, the camera loves me, but don't tell it I don't love the camera. Chili jam in fried rice? What is this? What is this? Oh, I love how he has his foot up. He's like, "Oh, that made me put my foot on the ground." Oh. I love Nigel, the guy that does Uncle Roger. He's such a cool dude. Now that's I've seen, if you've never, I think AJ, I've spoken to him about it and probably seen it. But the guy that does Uncle Roger is a comedian, Nigel Nung. It's like NG, and it's his last name. I think it's pronounced Nung. But yeah, he's a really funny dude that does Uncle Roger. And I've seen a stand-up. He does a stand-up where half the set is Uncle Roger and then half the set is him, being him. Really, really good. And he has a really successful channel. So, yeah, all the best to him. He does a great job at what he does. But hopefully after time and me just continuing to try to learn how to do content, hopefully one day, probably never going to be an Uncle Roger, but at least I'll be better than the Doofus brothers, that's for sure. But yeah, like I used to like my parents watched, obviously us being British, we used to watch a lot of stuff, and Gordon Ramsay. I love Gordon Ramsay. Jamie Oliver's not too bad, but I feel like Jamie Oliver just started trying to be too, like, maybe woke or whatever you want to call it, because he just I understand some of the points he was making. He was trying to make food better in school, like instead of having highly processed stuff. But he clearly doesn't appreciate, like, Gordon Ramsay, even if he's not the best at cooking a certain culture's food, he will try to keep it traditional. I remember seeing Gordon Ramsay, getting ripped apart by, I think it was he did Thai food, and then the guy, the chef that's obviously Thai and done his food, like, obviously it's his culture, he had a bite of it and just looked at Gordon Ramsay, and Gordon Ramsay's like, "Is it good, isn't it?" He's like, he's basically said no without saying no, and he's like, "Oh no, it doesn't taste authentic," and he's like, "Oh, it's pretty close though. I feel like it's pretty close," and he just gives him this look like, Nah, that's not good. But at least Gordon Ramsay is humble when he gets told that he's not that good. In Gordon's mind, it tasted good, but in the authentic and the traditional way, it was different. But at least Gordon's prepared to learn. I feel like Jamie Oliver is just such an airhead these days. He'd rather just put some bullshit ingredient. Like in that rice video, didn't he use? I think he used packet rice or something. He did the chili jam. He put like water into the fried rice when it's meant to be a dry food. Like you can put soy sauce or whatever to give it a bit of moisture, but put a bit of water in it. And then when he did Thai food, which is meant to is quite a hot. I know you can dial back the spice. Like you had the mild versions, the hot versions. But I remember with Uncle Roger again did a reaction to it and drilled him again, which was quite rightly so, because he took out all the seeds of the chili and he was just yet again taking out the traditional ways to do this food, which makes them what they are. I know fusion food. I don't mind fusion food, but Jamie Oliver, he's trying to teach you a recipe and he's fucking up the recipe and not even doing it how it should be. It's like, dude, just let someone who knows how to do it. Don't just do it just because I've got a kitchen, I've got a cameraman and directors and staff and screenwriters and whatever else. Funny enough, you mentioned the kids because I was about to say that. I don't mind Jamie Oliver's kids. One thing I do like is how he's taught his kids how to like appreciate food, and a lot of them can cook quite well, and they do obviously from a young age. They had a pretty advanced palate. They was able to eat a lot of food that most kids would turn their nose up at. But now I see what AJ says. Jamie's got like 7 kids, and I think that's influenced the change of his style. Yeah, he definitely comes across almost like a children's presenter these days. Just as I say, I don't mind the guy, and I'm not the best when it comes to talking. My mouth's pretty dry now because I don't have a drink no more. So when you get a dry mouth, you feel like you're getting tongue-tied a little bit. But it feels like Jamie Oliver is like that all the time. It sounds like he's chewing on his tongue when he talks. It sounds like he's about to fucking choke on. But anyway, who am I to tell someone how to talk? We've got almost to the 3-hour mark. So much for an hour-long stream. Yeah. Speaking of stream, Nightbot saying please like this live stream. So we might duck and dive once it gets to in about 13 odd minutes. We'll get to the next hour mark and we'll get out of here. I thought it was funny when Roger said go for 4 hours. I probably could. I'd need to get some more water though to lubricate the mouth. Yeah, he's got a slight lisp. Hey, I mean, I can't pronounce words. I had problems with my speech when I was a kid, so I'm not perfect at all. But yeah, and that's not his fault. But yeah, just sometimes it's a little bit annoying to listen to when he's, you guys get this, I put this. It's like, all right, just calm down, just relax, just chill out, and put the chili jam for God's sake back in the cupboard and never bring it out again. I wouldn't mind chili jam and a bit of like fried chicken, like some Korean chicken or fried chicken or whatever, nice bit of chicken, a bit of chili jam or something would be nice for it. But yeah, and I like to experiment, as I'm saying, but sometimes there's experimenting and then there's just fucking up someone's culture's food. Oh, no problem at all, AJ. Hopefully this gave you a few laughs and all the rest of it. As I say, I wouldn't be doing this sort of stuff. I wouldn't have gone, oh, yeah, maybe I'll do a live stream if I didn't have all you awesome people here. Otherwise, I'd just be an idiot talking to myself, which pretty much that's what I'm doing. And that's the problem with doing content. You have to get past that feeling of that you're talking just to the camera by yourself, because that's pretty much what you're doing. But now when I do Phunken Hungry videos, it's like I'm talking to the people that I know are going to enjoy the content. and also some of the jokes and stuff, some of the random stupid stuff that comes to my head. I know certain people might enjoy it. Maybe I might be a little bit cheeky. Maybe I might just, give us the Maccas, Jackers, and Clackers a little bit of crap. Or maybe mention Ron or 2Aussie just for a laugh. I'll probably be asleep soon. Took a sleeping tablet. No worries, Becky. Have a good night, and I will be jumping off here in about 10 minutes. Just let everyone that is still here say whatever we need to say before I get out of here. They want me to bounce like fabric softener. Love a cheeky G. Yeah, that the last couple of videos I feel like have been pretty wild. The Mexican one and the Subway Subdog one. I did, man. Yes, I was very reluctant to comment at the moment, and I'm so panicked, but I cannot deprive myself. You and the good people and friends here, you're all vital to me. Yeah, exactly, AJ. I am happy that you're here, but also I understand that it might cause you a bit of anxiety or whatever as well. But hopefully escape. Yeah, taking your mind off stuff a little bit, and yeah, we all feel the same about you as well. We love having you here, and yeah, most of the time I'm just acting like a complete idiot, just to give people a bit of entertainment and just have a laugh. And if I can make people forget about the bullshit in life for even a few minutes, then I've done my job. That's what it is, and that's what I feel like is why the channel is changing a little bit, because I'm still doing the food review stuff, but I'm trying to incorporate people being entertained. I'm trying to incorporate people being like, I've always enjoyed making people laugh. I've always enjoyed it. I know it's basically a form of healing. They say laughter's the best medicine and all that stuff. It sounds all stupid and cliche and cheesy, but me having mental health issues, it's always been a way of me, a coping mechanism. I've always enjoyed making people laugh in person. Sometimes I make people laugh to the point where I remember years ago when I was still a kid, and a mate's friend, his sister didn't live locally, but she sometimes used to visit. And I remember one time I made her laugh so much that she was just like, just choking, couldn't breathe, and yeah, wanted me to stop. But then sometimes when people are like that, I just push them a little bit more. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is, even as a kid, I knew laughter and humor and having fun and just enjoying ourselves is big. So if I can make if someone's having a bad day, if I can make them smile or laugh, then I feel like my job's done for the day. I feel like I can helping people and making people laugh is, I guess, it kind of is a bit of healing for me and the person. I get I guess pleasure out of it as well, of helping someone. Yeah, I know I said to AJ the other day, I was telling him how I was helped an old man out. This was quite a while ago, but just sometimes people will just stand around and watch someone who needs help, and they just will, like the whole just ignoring people, walking over people who need help. Sometimes, yeah, and I don't even do it for the credit. I don't do it, and that's why I don't mention some stuff that I do, because I don't need someone to go, oh, you're a good person. I don't need that. I don't need the validation and shit. I just do it to help someone because they need help, but I will get satisfaction from it. It'll be like a natural high, or you just feel lifted. Your spirit will feel lifted, and you'll feel refreshed just from helping someone. So it's in a way I'm getting as much out of it as I'm giving to the person. It just makes me feel good that I actually had the bollocks to go up and help someone. And also, certain people do have that bit of pride if they have a disability or old or whatever. But really, if you show just your genuine self and just be good to people, they will appreciate it. If you don't, there's people that do good for others, but they'll have a camera in your face while doing that, because that's going to really make an old person, a person with a disability, feel good that you're helping them, but you're helping them because you want to put it on social media so you can have everyone blow smoke up your ass. People can see through that. They can see through that fake. That fake. I'm trying to help you, but really I'm just doing it for my own gratitude. Which, as I say, I get a little bit from it, but that's not while I'm doing it. I just enjoy helping who I can. Exactly. And that's what pisses me off sometimes. It's like, especially if it's out in public, in a shopping centre, or, I don't know, in a public space where there's so many people and you just watch so many people, they will just... That's what I mean about zombies, and people are just so in their own head, which I am and have been over the years as well. But as I was saying about the phones, most people were too busy looking at this than looking at your fellow people and actually helping them. So yeah, I guess if you can take anything from this silly stream, that sometimes just help someone, and don't do it because you want to go and tell your friends. You want to go home and tell your wife, oh, I was a hero today. Just do it because you want to actually help that person, whatever it may be. You can't help everyone, but sometimes the most smallest situation, that some of those people that I help might, they may go home and go, oh, I appreciate that person for actually stepping up and helping me out. Yeah, exactly. You do it because you see someone struggling and there's human in you. Exactly. It's like we, for some reason, disassociate ourselves or disconnect ourselves from the human experience so much that you almost forget. That's why with all this Diddy stuff that's going on, and it happens with other stuff, people always try to play the race cards if they don't really understand the situation. They're like, oh, everyone's trying to bring a black man down, a big successful black man. They're never successful, even though Jay-Z, I'm pretty sure, is a billionaire, and there's not that many billionaires on the planet. So you can't really say that. Every race, every race or country origin has their own rich people. But the point I'm trying to make is when people are like, oh, the blacks, it's like we're one race. To me, there's one race, the human race. So don't, oh, that person's looks different than me, maybe I won't help them. What's the worst that's going to happen? They'll tell you, no, thank you, I don't want help. If someone tells you they don't want help, then don't help them. But as I say, if you're genuine about it and come from a good place, you will find the person will appreciate that. Just as little as giving an older person your seat. Exactly. Or even I don't really like public transport for different reasons, but I'll even opening a door, for a pregnant person, an elderly person, someone that it's just called respect, what happened to gentlemen? I know I can act like a complete idiot, but what happened to gentlemen, and what happened to people actually caring about people? And that's one reason I can't wait to see what happens to Diddy, and I'll be extremely annoyed if he doesn't, because, yeah, it's going a little bit cheese-spiracy, but they say that he was the one who put out the hit that's got Tupac killed, and Tupac had all of his problems as well. But if you listen to his music and if anyone's ever taken some time to listen to Tupac, he was a very intelligent man. He was very loving towards people. He was ahead of his time. The stuff he was talking about in his 20s was stuff I probably didn't really understand as much until I was in my 30s. So probably, a good 5 years later, he was just ahead of his time. and it's just about helping people. So yeah, unfortunately, the people that do help normally are the people that get pushed down, and then the people that are just greedy and disgusting and feed off people like leeches, then tend to be the people that raise in fame and fortune. But hopefully we're seeing a bit of a change in consciousness and seeing a bit of a change in people. I remember 10, 20 years ago or whatever, when I still felt like this, but not many people were with it. They were so blind to what's going on that they just ignored it. But so many people were starting to want justice, and I'm not even talking about just the stuff I mentioned before. They want justice for people, for the human race. We're all getting sick of these leeches that control this planet and just feeding and destroying everyone else, and like we're nothing. People are starting to come together and actually demand change and justice, which is good to see. There's a little bit of an extreme from helping someone at the shops to helping just the human race, but it is refreshing to see, because it used to make me very depressed looking into stuff that abuse and stuff that happens on this planet. And I used to always feel, which I still do, helpless or hopeless, or that I can't fix it. But just seeing the shift in consciousness and people actually caring about each other is really refreshing. It's making me feel a little bit better in myself, that I'm actually seeing people not stand for the scum that does this. And it is a bit of a leap from helping someone and people ignoring someone that needs help, just a very small situation, to the big extreme situation. But start small. As I say, if you can make someone have a smile, doesn't that make you feel good that you've helped someone, whatever it may be? Anyway, apparently I've gone over the 3-hour mark now, so I will go through the chat. I will let everyone say what they need to say, so I won't jump off right away. I will go through the chat before. Respect costs you nothing, and it makes you feel good helping others. Exactly. I was always taught how to treat people from a young age, and you do get a little bit lost in your ways, and a little bit of ego sometimes takes over, a little bit of, especially when you're going through puberty and friends, and some people run amok a little bit. But if you do care and have a heart and a good soul, you will come back to that eventually. Just sometimes life gets in the way, and it can like, I'll always be there for people, but I do have my own struggles at the end of the day. So it's that constant battle in your own mind, but also wanting to be a good person. That's the human experience, really, isn't it? We are animals, but also we are a lot more, different the way our emotions and stuff are. We have the power and to help animals and help this planet. But unfortunately, for so long, the people that have controlled have done the opposite. And I just am really enjoying just seeing a lot of these people being exposed for what I've known they've done for ever since about 17, 18, which I knew. I got into stuff before, but I very much looked into a lot of craziness from a young age. So it's good to see that there's a shift happening. Technology happened, I blame it all for modern life. Yeah. Well, that is it. Like we were saying about cashless before, I guess a lot of even like technology, I'm kind of against it as well, because I remember when I used to text and call people on the phone, like actual text message, people would ignore that. But then if you message them on Messenger, they would reply right away and stuff. It's like people from a long ago were being conditioned to use social media and technology instead of using actually just pick up a phone and just call someone, old school, ring. So yeah, a fart can make someone smile easy, yeah, especially a young kid. Good night, everyone. Yeah, good night, Becky. Have a good one, dude. See you, Becky. Take care. Good night, Becky, mate. Catch you later. See you later, Cody. All right, boys. And ladies, if any lady is still watching, ladies, I'll head off now. But yeah, very much appreciate the chat tonight. I just thought I'd come on for an hour, and apparently I've gone a lot longer than I expected. So I might jump off, relax a bit, set myself up for tomorrow, and work out what I'm going to do for this channel for this week. I want to shout out to as well all the members, the ones here I will mention. So Becky, AJ, Stylesy, very much appreciate you for the support, but also Cody as well. Cody is normally tends to stay till the end of the stream, so very much appreciate you as well, and everyone else that's watched. And if you watch this after I published it, hello. I'll love you and leave you all. This is G from Phunken.